Nation with Prosper, fast business funding. It is coming up to 20-5 on day 5 of the first test. New Zealand and the West Indies is going all the way down to the wire, one suspects. The Windies need 105 more to win. 24 overs remaining on the stadium, on the ground clock here. And it is Michael Bracewell continuing from the Port Hills end to Justin Graves. Plays it out on the offside. Bracewell does his own fielding, and there is no run. So that equation again, the Windies 105 more to win. New Zealand need 4 wickets. 4-2-6 for 6 is the score. Justin Graves, 176 not out. He's on strike as Bracewell bowls over the wicket to him, tosses it up, and he forces it down the ground to Glenn Phillips, who's at long on, and will take the single. 4-2-7 for 6. And the Windies down to 104 more to win. Ian Smith and Jeremy Coney providing expert commentary with Mighty Mobile. Mighty Mobile plans on sale now. Partnership is 150. Smithy.
Really cool. All sorts of records being threatened here or broken. We sit back when we're not even talking about the game. We sit back in the back of the commentary box, prophesying about how we'd go about it. It's easy to do there. And when you've been out there being battered by the wind and you're into submission almost.
Bracewell bowls to Roach. Defence.
You've run out of ideas almost. You're just hoping, really, and I'm talking here about Tom Latham, who still you can hear in the background urging Beastie on to do it for him, but goodness me, he'll be going through it big time, Tom Latham, mentally right now.
Bracewell in, Roach is forward, and
see, he wants to win the game, but he doesn't want to lose it by trying to win it. He certainly doesn't want to lose it, because that's all sorts of history, and of course you're 1-0 down in the series and you lose championship points. It's so many things to do, and yet in a weird sort of a way, and you can hear it in the background, him saying, get one, get two, fellas, get one, get two. And it's true. They break this partnership, there's still a royal chance to win.
Bracewell in again. Forward is Roach to the gully, no run. 4-2-7 for 6.
That's okay.
Notice Bracewell is now moving slightly wider with his deliveries of the off-stump. It doesn't look as if Roach likes to give a reverse sweep, does it, at the moment?
Bracewell in. Roach is forward.
He's pushing wider, and that brings the slip into play as well. End of the over. 4-2-7 for 6. 141 overs. And Smithy, your eyes are brilliant, aren't they? So there's that 22 to go there over at the bottom of the right of that scoreboard, the static one.
No, that says Dulux, doesn't it?
Oh, okay, that's right, fine. No, that's fine. Good.
23.
So that's Dulux overs left.
23.
23, correct, Smithy?
Required 23. Run rate 4.5 runs per over.
Okay.
Yeah, Jerry.
Well, that's okay. I mean, if that'll rise, of course, obviously, if you can pack a few more overs in. But because you've got wickets left, because you're less overs, if it goes up to 5s, that's not so bad, is it? You can chase that down. And I just think, as far as the Kiwis are concerned here, these next 10 or so overs before we get to the 15 are very important ones.
Zach Folkes is going to continue from the Botanic Gardens end. Graves, the field relatively spread for him as Folkes is in, and Graves will turn down this chance of a singles. He plays it into the onside just in front of square, and there's no run.
Will both of these teams be a bit frightened to win? That's what I'm asking you.
One thing my head's got is got square.
Is it too much for the West Indies to consider after this fantastic effort that we could lose it in the last moment, the last corner before the straight?
Let me remind you, they're 0-5 in this championship cycle.
Let's just have a win. They're prepared to. In other words, or does it make it worse?
Or let's not lose this one and at least have something. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
A draw will be a win for us.
I'm not even sure that
wouldn't it be fantastic to say a win?
Look, a win. Jeremy, I'm part of history. You're very unlikely in the history of the game ever to get another chance to win in this fashion. You're dead right there. But are you, after all this effort, prepared to give it back to them?
I'm just sensing, though, that they're not taking... That was a last... It was a single there. I know it was early on the over.
Folks, and again, Graves defends.
But I thought there was a single that first ball, and they would have taken it before. But now, as I said, I thought both teams could get a wee bit tight here. Neither of them really wanting to lose. It's been such a long test match and a battle.
He's come down, Roach, to the centre of the pitch, and he's been met by his batting partner. They've had a little chat, touched bats. Ongoing discussion around how they approach the last 22.3 overs of this test match. Folks, over the wicket again. He's happy to defend back to the bowl.
Do they feel that with all the T20 cricket that is played nowadays, even if they get down to 15 overs and need sixes, that's still very gettable on a large ground like this? Do they feel that perhaps? We've just got to get this total down a little bit more. Let's not worry about the run rate escalating a bit, because we know we've had so much practice. You know what the West Indies are like, and T20 cricket.
Folks, and again, and he's going to take a single this time. Graves plays it out to cover point. Will Young has to move to his left to field, does so. 4-2-8 for 6. Roach will have one delivery in the over to face up.
Or is Graves just happy to take the majority of the bowling and keep Roach away a little bit?
Maybe they've decided we'll just keep going as we are, and when we get down to, say, the last 12 overs, if we've got this down to, say, 80 to win or 70 to win, because it's only 103 now, we're only talking about another 20-odd runs in the next 6 or 7 overs of batting pure safety-wise, and then we get it down. There's still a lot of time left, Jerry. You know, cricket, sometimes you out-bluff yourself thinking you've got to get it done early.
Folks, and Roach defends to the short mid-wicket, and that ends the over. 428 for 6 here at Hagley Oval.
When it comes to New Zealand sports turf, nobody knows it better than PGG Wrights and Turf. They've been in the industry for over 40 years, proudly supplying customers right across the country. From stadiums to golf courses, bowling greens to landscaping, even through to revegetation and erosion control, their highly skilled team are well equipped in every aspect of the turf and environmental markets. So, for your next turf project, talk to New Zealand's experts. PGGWrightsandTurf.com.
The West Indies need 103 more runs to win. New Zealand need 5 wickets to go 1-0 up in the series. Fascinating finish to 4 wickets. Oh, my goodness me, Jerry, we've been talking about being 6 down all day.
I know. Well, we don't need to take 11.
Michael Bracewell's going to try and take one. He's got figures of 1 for 130 from 46 overs. Michael Bracewell. Justin Graves is on strike. First delivery, goes back, plays it through point, and will take a single. 4-2-9 for 6. Target down to 102 more to win.
That's sort of about there.
Right, so you heard Tom Latham in the background, or you may have said beautiful beastie, and so that's what Tom Latham wants. It was what Jerry and I were talking about an hour ago. It's got to bowl a majority of deliveries at Kemar Roach. And hope for a mistake. Hope for a mental mistake, or
something's happening, boys.
Or an error of judgment.
Slip and short leg and a leg gully as comes forward edge, and they've got up again. There's a nod from the umpire, and he remains unmoved. New Zealand convinced that they dismissed Kemar Roach. Not to be. They have no reviews remaining, and we'll wait to look on the television replay. It's gone past the outside edge. We'll have to wait for Snicko, but they were so confident, Jeremy Coney, so confident. Smithy.
Can't do anything about it. I really can't. Umpires aren't coming together. They can't. At the end of the day, they'll rue the opportunities with marginal reviews. They will if they don't win this. Now, he may well have got a fine touch on that, and television will show us on a replay shortly.
Bracewell in, defending again as Roach.
But at the end of the day, they know.
And there is a fine edge on it.
He has got an edge. And the umpire's seen it. Very frustrating for the New Zealanders, but as Smithy says, yep, you've burned your reviews too early.
Bracewell over the wicket again to Roach, defending onto the short leg.
Umpire's seen 2 mistakes. Same umpire's seen 2 mistakes in the last 2 overs.
Jeremy Coney referring to the LBW that was given not out by umpire Alex Wharf, and that was heading into middle and leg. At in line, not given out on the field, no review for New Zealand, and now a catch behind, not given out, no review. And as Ian Smith says, you can't do anything about it. They don't have any reviews left. West Indies have got a couple. They won't be sharing. Over the wicket goes Bracewell, pulls his length back, and Roach is defending back down the offside of the wicket, and there's no run. 4-2-9 for 6.
So unlucky from New Zealand's point of view, because the plan is better to attack Roach the whole time, to bowl majority of deliveries at Roach and hope for that, and hope you get the help at the other end.
Bracewell tosses this one up, comes forward Roach, and that ends the over. Good over that from Michael Bracewell. Created an opportunity, didn't result in a wicket. 1 for 1, 3-1 from 47 overs are his figures. 4-29 for 6.
Get your bloody finger up, mate. Get your bloody finger up, mate.
So I'm not sure if you could hear that on our effects. Mike, we could certainly hear it. Tom Latham had a bit to say to the umpire as he wandered past. Not sure it was said in jest or he was actually genuinely, get your finger up, mate. Anyway, that's the end of the over. 102 more for the West Indies to win. There are 21 overs left in this test match. New Zealand still hunting 4 wickets for the win. What a finish.
Drama.
There's a lot of emotion out there, isn't there? And absolutely understood, because there's been so much time spent out there working hard.
Folks, starting a new over to Justin Graves. Defends, solidly looking too.
And I mean, it's a bit of a pity, because Roach is going to be at the other part of the centre of this as well. It's not his fault. He's not going to suddenly say, no, sorry, umpire, I did hit that, and I'm going to walk off now. Would you change your mind?
It's just showing on television now the reviews lost from New Zealand's point of view, where they believed the wrong decision had been made. They always seem to be going at Alex Wharf, actually.
Alex Bowles defends.
It's unfortunate, but the reviews they've had, New Zealand, where if you're going to review it, you have to be absolutely certain, like they were there. Because the review process is about overturning a mistake, or a howler, as they used to say. You don't use it to be marginal. Now, that's a bad review, a very bad review. The last one they lost is because the ball pitches outside leg stump, and if there's any doubt in that, it's not worth reviewing. And that's how they lost their three reviews.
Folks in, defending again is Graves, no run.
And that's the point, isn't it? The review system was brought in to prevent bad mistakes by umpires. The players over the time have seen that review system in a different way. They've seen it as a chance to perhaps correct a mistake from something that's a little bit dicey either side. It's not a definite, and that's what that one was. And even the one before that hit him right in the stomach, that they've actually reviewed as well.
Folks, defending again is Graves on the offside.
So they're not quite an organised team here against who looks at height, who looks at this, who looks at that, the line of the ball, and be very organised, because it's very important, and we just witnessed why it's important.
Well, you've got 15 seconds to get your ducks in a row and make your decision. You use the 15 seconds. But then again, Jerry, we looked at the way that in the very first innings, the last man out for New Zealand was who? Zach Folkes. And he used it knowing full well he was out.
Folkes in again. Defending is...
He was off the field. He was off the field. And before he was given out, he was actually off the field. He knew he was out. And so that's not using the system the right way.
Not at all.
In fact, it's a little bit unethical in that regard.
Well,
because you're asking the umpire to give you out, but he can't even see you. You're in the dressing room.
Yeah. Well, that's consistent, isn't it? That's you're actually showing that they're quite consistent. They don't even care about it. Now they'll care about it, of course. Now it'll matter. But they haven't taken it seriously until then. They've had two bad mistakes and out of the 3.
Kane Williamson's gone into a catching leg slip. He's got the helmet on. He's in close as Roach is defending. And that's the end of the over. 430 for 6. The West Indies need 101 more to win. New Zealand need 4 wickets. Back at Hagley Park in a moment.
Big barrel, big range, bigger deals. Smirnoff Crush 4-pack 440ml cans, $16.99. Jack Daniel's 10-pack 250ml, $29.99. Or Woodstock 7% 18-pack cans or 4.8% 18-pack bottles, $39.99. In-store or online.
This is the summer of cricket on Sport Nation with Prosper Fast Business Funding. Heading into the last 20 overs of the test. All 3 results still in play, or 4 results if you include a tie. 101 for the West Indies to score, 4 wickets for New Zealand to take. Bracewell bowls first delivery to Justin Graves, who's back and defends, and there's no run.
So look at the field now. This is very much an in-out field. You've got 2 guys, a wicket-keeper, and 2 guys who are basically in the game close. The rest are all out there to give Justin Graves a single. To give him a single. So you've got one at straightish mid-wicket, who's Rachin Ravindra, and the rest are out to give him one early in the over.
Yes, Beastie.
Defending back down the pitch.
Which is probably what they might have been trying to do a little while before this, but, you know, we're just making our opinion from up here, and it's very easy from up here, but clearly the easier person to dismiss is Roach.
Bracewell goes back and takes the single, does Justin Graves, as the ball hits the point. It trickles. He was almost not interested in it, and for a second there it appeared he wasn't going to take it. Roach called him through, and it's a single to Justin Graves, who's 181. 4-3-1 for 6. They need 100 exactly more to win.
Got to turn, lads.
And there's 3 deliveries here for Roach to face up to, so as you'd expect, the field is changing. In comes short leg gully. Everybody else up.
And Tom Latham in the background is saying, it's got to turn, lads, it's got to turn. He's not talking about the ball, he's talking about their luck. He's talking about something's got to go in their favour shortly.
Bracewell bowls. Comes
Beautiful,
forward, does
Beautiful,
Roach.
So good, Beastie. No, that's the normal one. So good, boy. Catch it, boys.
Slip, leg slip, and the short leg in place. Bracewell over the wicket to the right hand of Roach.
Beautiful, Beastie.
Defending on the offside. No runs scored.
Now he sends them back. Send his players back. He'll keep a couple of catches in there just in case. But the outfielders are all back to give him one. That's how we're trying to describe it to you at home, and those people sitting on the bank listening. This is what these tactics are about.
Beautiful, Beastie.
Roach happy to defend the last ball, which was leg side-ish. 431 for 6 at the end of the over. Michael Bracewell's 48th. Graves is 181. Roach is 53. The partnership is 154. The West Indies need 100 more runs. Question on the text machine, 8833 from Albie. Why doesn't Wolf, the umpire, give those out knowing the Windies have 2 reviews left? Surely as an experienced umpire, he should factor the review system into his decision-making. I think I know your answer.
The human nature in that is he wants to be an umpire and use his own judgment and back himself to get it right. That's the natural reaction to that. That's a very common sense request, and maybe at some stage that'll come into world cricket. But at the moment, the senior umpires in particular back themselves to be right.
Well, it's almost like saying to him, well, if you think it might be out or you're not too sure, but he was sure. He was sure it wasn't out, and that's why he didn't give it out.
Well, he clearly, seems to me, it was quite a fine edge, wasn't it? Quite a fine, ruffling of the line, very small.
Folks, starts a new over, and Justin Graves turns it into the leg side. It's a dive from Phillips in front of square, and it goes past him, and they taken the single. 4-3, 2 for 6. So Roach now on to strike.
So I just think he didn't hear it. The breeze, everything, that's happening. Obviously the players round the bat much closer, they all heard and they appealed, just as it was taken. They knew, the batsman obviously knew, but that's it.
Well, another psychological barrier has been broken. The target for the West Indies is now less than 100, 99 to win.
Somewhere in some changing room, the 100 has a line through it.
Folks in to Roach, defends on the offside to cover, doesn't score.
By Jingo's, Jerry, they needed a big door for this target.
They needed several changing rooms, didn't they? If you're doing it in tens.
Yeah. And what Jerry's alluding to there is that there used to be, in our dressing room in particular, when we were chasing down a target, you would have numbers on the wall in units of 10, and you'd cross them off the closer you would get, all the way down, all the way down, all the way down.
Line time, Frank. Remember Franco?
Yeah, that was his job. Line time.
Get the boot whitener.
Roach waits, turns this one in front of square. Was this a designated line person?
Well, yeah, and you couldn't change him. Once you've appointed him, you couldn't change him. That would be sacrilege. It's like when you're sitting in the dressing room at times, you cannot move, or in the viewing room. But I'm just thinking, for 530 plus runs, Jerry, that's a lot of lines.
A lot of lines. And that's why I said we need a couple of changing rooms.
Michael Bracewell going back quite a long way towards the square leg boundary as Folks is into Roach. He's forward, out to cover again where Young is. There's no run. 4-3, 2 for 6. The West Indies need 99 runs. New Zealand need 4 wickets. There are 18.2 overs left. Graves 182, Roach 53 not out. Highest score in Test cricket for 88 Test veteran Kemar Roach today. First half century at this level.
Jerry and I, Tom, are just sort of, you're describing the action so well, we're just sort of surmising here.
Folks, and ducking a short one.
They're thinking that, looking at the way the West Indies are playing now, they're taking the obvious runs particularly. But maybe they're not going for it. And Tom Latham at some stage might think that too and say, right, I've got to bring them back into this. I have to try and entice them back into this to make an even ball game again, because it's not working this way. Maybe I need Kemar Roach to start hanging up in the air again.
He's on strike, Roach. Folks blows to him. He's defending and plays it on the offside and doesn't take the single. And that is the end of the over. 4-3, 2 for 6. The West Indies need 99. 4 wickets for New Zealand to take. We'll take a short break. When we come back, the boys will be joined by Garth Galloway.
Are you a business owner looking for a cash boost? For fast, flexible business funding, turn to Prosper. Apply online in less than 10 minutes and get the funds you need in hours. Visit prosper.co.nz today. T's and C's and standard credit criteria apply.
Go Harvey Norman for huge deals on big screen TVs. The biggest brands, best range, latest technology, and screens up to a massive 100 inches. Huge TV deals at Harvey Norman now. The action's better on the big screen.
And welcome back to the Summer of Cricket on Sport Nation with Prosper Your Business, funded faster. 4-3, 2 for 6, 99 for the West Indies to win. Graves 182, Roach 53. Roach really has slowed down. I have to say my impression is that the West Indies are content with a draw. That's how it feels to me at the moment. But I just feel like they're playing for a draw. See what happens with the last 15.
Well, that's what we've been discussing, just quietly off air while...
Yep, here's Bracewell bowling the first
beastie!
ball of another...
Has that turned a bit?
And it must have turned from something because a lot of noise. It was let go by Graves. And
let's have a look and see if there's a bit of turn. It's up, it's well up, and there's not that much turn, though. It's just playing on the batsman's mind.
Yeah, that's not close to the off stump at all. A little bit of bounce, but here's Bracewell bowling again to Graves, stretches forward as we've seen so many times and pushes into the offside.
Isn't it interesting? He's starting at last to get the length, and it's taken him all these overs, and he's now into his 49th.
I think he's bowled very well in the last hour. Yeah, much better. 432 for 6.
But the West Indies approach has been to defend the last probably 5-6 overs.
Yes, and here's...
and just take singles like that, Garth.
Yeah, Graves just out to the point boundary, 183 for him.
Happy to do that, particularly when Bracewell is bowling, because Roach feels a little bit happier, I think, defending Bracewell than the quicker players.
I think New Zealand will feel that they don't mind having Roach on strike to Bracewell either, though.
No, that's right. That's right, because he's created a couple of very close calls, as we know. Neither given, but that's okay, you know, that happens.
Yeah. Short leg slip, and first slip as Bracewell bowls.
That's so nice,
and it's pushed again back towards the bowler.
I guess from my point of view, Garth, it makes me feel that they do not trust their other batsmen yet to bat.
Yep, I agree.
And if they lose that, they think they'll lose the match.
Yep. Still, the 15 overs are going to start about 10 past, aren't they? I think as Bracewell bowls, and this is played back to him again.
Now, whether Latham will do what Ian has suggested, which is once he feels that as well, that the West Indies are not interested in going for these 90-odd, that he'll make some changes, of bowling or fields.
A defensive shot from
Roach, or both, to try and encourage them. We'll wait and see whether, or as Latham, would he be relieved as well and quite happy to play out the draw? So that's the big question, I think, that we're just keeping our eye on at the moment.
It is interesting when you think that Henry is out now. Well, I mean, we're assuming he's out for the next test. I can't imagine we're going to see him again. We haven't got news of his scan. But Duffy has done a huge amount of work, and so has Folkes. And the West Indies, I'm sure that'll be factored into their thinking as well. Just hard work.
It's been a remarkably good performance by both sides.
Yeah, I agree.
When you look at the resources, it's
agree.
Incredibly good to get us to this point as commentators, to get the fans to this point. It's been remarkably good performance by both sides.
Yeah, I couldn't see it this time.
No.
This morning, Smithy. I didn't think we'd still be here.
Who would be thinking we'd be talking like this with drama involved going into the last hour of this test match?
Absolutely.
Not a chance in the world we thought that.
It's wonderful.
Credit to all the players for that.
I agree. Everyone giving wholeheartedly as Folkes bowls, and Graves comes forward and picks up run number 184.
So I can see that Harry's come in. Actually, I can see why the West Indies don't want to throw it away now after all this work.
Well,
right?
it would be.
I can see that.
Yeah. It'd be a heartbreaker, wouldn't it, for them?
This is why we love Test cricket. They've lost their last 5 games in a row. For them to even save this test is such an incredible effort. No one gave them any chance of doing that, and this has been an amazing, amazing recovery in the second innings.
Well, and you just think about as the batsman just having a chat, and Folkes, who's just bowled 1 ball in this over. 433 for 6. Here he is bowling to Kemar Roach, who's playing into the mid-wicket area. Just to think also that the last wicket falling with the score 277 for 6, that was before lunch. And these two, here we are, well into the day. And this partnership, 213 minutes they've been together. Absolutely brilliant effort, and just summing up how joyful Test cricket can be to watch players working through difficult periods. Folkes bowls, Roach immaculate in his forward defensive shot. Just a couple of messages here, Smithy. You might enjoy this one. This is a couple that are coming from overseas. Nemish and Delhi, a quick message to say to you gentlemen. You gentlemen are just wonderful. A fantastic change from the rather loud stuff across the Tasman Sea. Have been hearing since 4 a.m. here in India. Regards to Jeremy in the end, we remember you well, especially Smithy, for totally whacking us all over the park in 1990. That might have been at Eden Park, was it? Love the smiles and laughter. Thanks, Nimesh. Lovely to hear from you in Delhi. It's great to think that people are tuning in around the world and enjoying. I bet you're enjoying what's happening here too as much as we are. 434 for 6 and one from David O'Connell. Thank you for your incredible coverage of a brilliant Test cricket. Whatever the result, Test cricket really is the ultimate. Listening through the night, a nervous expat Kiwi in Newcastle upon Tyne. This ball is played into the onside. Again, it's to mid-wicket. No change to the score.
Still trying things. For you people listening overseas, is Tom Latham. He's still got ideas about winning this match. So he's put Kane Williamson, of all people, actually, under the helmet. And he is about 5 metres or 6 metres at a very, very shallow leg slip or leg gully. I mean, he's just there for something that balloons off the glove, surely, because anything off the bat will be almost uncatchable there at that position. So still trying.
And trying again is Folks, who goes short this time. And Roach is just, again, ducking underneath it. No real threat with that delivery from Folks.
Well, he's trying everything that he possibly can with the resources that he's got.
Yep.
And he hasn't got a lot of resources. He's used Ravindra, Bracewell, Folks, Duffy, and that's about all he's got at his disposal. I think he's rung the changes. He's changed the field. People have bowled over the wicket, round the wicket.
Roach has now faced 175 deliveries. His previous top score, 47. He's 53 not out. And he faces Folks, and again, for the fourth time in the over, plays to Mitchell at mid-wicket. The over comes to an end. You'll hear umpire Rifle saying that through the sound effects microphone. 97 required to win if the West Indies are even thinking about that at the moment. 434 for 6.
Still one more blast from Duffy up the sleeve, you feel.
Oh, yeah.
One more Jacob Duffy blast if it doesn't work for Zach Folks very quickly. Zach Folks, 32 overs himself, 1 for 78. Incredible workload for these young kids.
You'll know, and you know that Duffy is going to come in and give it absolutely everything.
Oh, he'd have to look his brother in the eye if he didn't. The star, Ryan.
Yep, absolutely. Probably no different to a backyard cricket game growing up.
No quarter given in those. Absolutely no quarter given. Ask the fella next to me. Backyard cricket.
Oh, that's the toughest kind. No quarters.
So it's going to be Bracewell. Drinks will come after this over, and then there'll be 15 more to bowl.
That'll leave 4 with a new ball if required.
There you go. Well, that could be very interesting. We're in, we see Graves going onto the back foot and playing square of the wicket on the offside behind point. 435 for 6 with that single. Graves 185.
Well, purely for that reason, Garth, this game is absolutely going to the duration, because New Zealand, by my calculation, have 4 overs with that new ball.
Yep, so 12, so 148 over we're in at the moment. Bracewell bowls and Roach forward and defending. I'll tell you, Tom Latham's voice will need a rest as well. He's been very encouraging behind there.
Oh, he wakes up in the middle of the night tomorrow morning and I don't know his wife's name, but he's screaming out, "Go Beastie."
Yeah, well done, Beastie.
Good God.
And also, I think he'll be going, "Raise your hand" to the umpire. He's having a nightmare, not a happy dream. 435 for 6. 435 for 6 or something like that. Graves is 185, Roach is 53.
No, just where you were.
It was almost medical advice that he gave Alex Wolf, wasn't it?
Fine there.
Yes. Bracewell bowling, so 4 balls remaining in the over, and Bracewell bowls, and it's played by Roach into the offside. So we've got Brad Lewis very happy. We've just looked Auckland 1-0 over the Phoenix. Well, I've got 3 family members at that game. All of them have gone along. So there you go. So's Brad Lewis. Here's This is the one that we're all focusing on, though, really, as this is pushed into the offside.
We're all disappointed there's not 4 family members up there.
What, you like Lisa to go as well? Nothing wrong. She's staying in Christchurch tonight. Don't you worry about that. 4-3-5 for 6 it is. Graves 185, Roach 53. I know you're not meaning me, Smithy. You're far too collegial for that. As Bracewell bowls, and this is played into short leg area by Roach. So just one ball remaining. We'll get out very quickly after this and have a few ads, and then after the drinks break, I'm going to stay on for another 5 minutes. Here's Bracewell then, bowls the last ball of the over and beats the outside edge. We haven't seen that too often. You can hear the groan from the New Zealand captain Latham. 4-3-5 for 6.
You do not want to miss this. Get into your local Night and Day this December to try their range of delicious donuts. Here's something sweet. Donuts are $3 every day in December, including chocolate, golden bicky, cookies and cream and more. From just $3 every day in December. With over 50 stores nationwide, your local Night and Day is never far away.
We've got it when you want it at your Night and Day store. Night and Day.
Sport Nation. The Kiwi summer is kicking off and we want to make sure you are turf ready.
With warmer days starting to ramp up, now's the time to make sure your surface can handle the heat. PGG Wrights and Turf has the right products and advice to keep turf strong through dry spells, high traffic and heavy use. Whether it's heat, wear or stress, our team knows how to keep your turf looking and playing its best.
Stay ahead this summer. Call 0800 PGW Turf today or visit pggwrightsandturf.com to find the right products for your turf.
Time for a drink. It's the drinks break on Sport Nation Cricket.
Why did the chicken cross the road? To get to Night and Day, of course. And here's why. Every Tuesday in December, you can get hell of a chicken for just $4. Enjoy a tender, boneless chicken thigh fillet coated to crispy perfection. Head to nightandday.co.nz to find your local. With over 50 stores nationwide, your Tuesday $4 hell of a chicken is never far away.
Night and Day.
Sport Nation.
Big barrel, big range, bigger deals. Hawke's Bay Brewery Cape Lager or Peak Pilsner 6-pack cans, $19.99. Michelob 12-pack bottles, $27.99. Or Pure Blonde 24-pack bottles, $41.99. Plus join the Mates Club for even bigger exclusive deals.
Time for a drink. It's the drinks break on Sport Nation Cricket.
You do not want to miss this. Get into your local Night and Day this December to try their range of delicious donuts. Here's something sweet. Donuts are $3 every day in December, including chocolate, golden bicky, cookies and cream and more. From just $3 every day in December. With over 50 stores nationwide, your local Night and Day is never far away.
We've got it when you want it at your Night and Day store. Night and Day.
Welcome back to the cricket here, the Summer of Cricket on Sport Nation with Prosper Fast Business Funding. We are getting a couple of messages coming in saying that the Ashes is on the app. We're just investigating that for you and we'll come back to you. But a nice text that sums up things really from Greg at Marston Point, who's been fishing up there all day. How good is this for Test cricket? And then a swear word, which I probably won't say, but it starts with B and ends in R. The T20s, this is a real drama and hanging on to your every call as we put the boat in from a day's fishing at Marston Point. Good on you, Greg. I hope you've had a successful day up there. Didn't hock any of those fuel lines down underneath the sea, and you were concentrating on the fish. 4-3-5-4-6. Graves 185. Roach is 53. So there are 15 overs remaining for this match to be forced. Well, there'll be a result either way. New Zealand will win. The West Indies will win. There may be a draw, and I think that's the where the sensible money is at the moment. And of course that fourth option, that possibility of a tie. So everything remains alive. The West Indies in the last half hour or so have just been more defensive. We saw Roach after tea trying to and before tea indeed, hitting a few over the top and being a little bit looser, and then suddenly he really has tightened up a lot, and it looks like that's the option that they've got. Make sure that you are on Sport Nation and not Sport Nation Extra. That will get you the New Zealand game. So if you're on Sport Nation and not Sport Nation Extra, so there you are. There you are. Now here's someone who says, thank you for this one. I totally disagree with everything that Mark Richardson's saying. Well, can't really help with that because he's on the TV, but we'll agree with you.
Yep, totally behind you. What did you say?
Yeah. No, totally. Yeah, couldn't agree more with you, Mr. Listener. He's just sitting through there with his head in his hands, actually, just thinking about things through their old rigger. How are we supposed to take a wicket if the umpire turns everything down?
Well, we don't.
You know, but you have reviews and you use them sensibly.
Yeah, that's right.
And New Zealand haven't, unfortunately. Well, here he is, Jacob Duffy returning to the attack, and Greaves goes back and plays the third man, or into point area, really.
We can say that in the last 4 overs of this game, if it goes to there and they're still playing, that the reviews, the 3 reviews will be null and void, and they'll come back into play.
Yep, absolutely.
But when the new ball is taken, in other words, if they take it, if they decide to take it.
Yeah, well, that's still 11 overs away, isn't it? What are we, let's just have a look at the overs. 149, yeah, so we're into the 150th. So 10 overs after this. And there will be, as Chris Harris said, about 4 overs with the new ball, possibly. Here's a ball which beats the outside edge of Kemar Roach's bat, just coming forward, pushing Duffy already, just adding a little bit of difference and managing to beat the edge. Unlucky. A work colleague yesterday was adamant that New Zealand should have kept batting, saying we needed 600 plus. We all laughed at her. ... They've got to declare to give themselves a chance of winning the game. I thought they'd left plenty of skin in the game, New Zealand, but no Matt Henry, no Nathan Smith, and it's been a day of industry for them as we see Duffy bowling again and Roach playing forward confidently.
If they had batted on, then there would have been less time for West Indies to bat, so this game would be a draw already.
Jeremy Coney's microphone is twitching. He had it up and then now he's turned it away. A couple of involuntary movements from his hand, I think, as he gets the day draws on.
It has its own mind.
And it said, no, you won't say that, as Duffy plays. It finds the ball coming back to him gently from Kemar Roach defensive shot. 185 balls. His strike rate, I know we don't worry about these things in Test cricket, but it is indicative, I think, of where the West Indies are. His is now 28.6, so he has gone into his shell and he's there supporting Graves. I suppose the other thing that the West Indies would love to see is Justin Graves bringing up a double century. He's got a second century in Test cricket, and it has been a really disciplined, wonderful effort for his team. Here's Roach turning the ball square of the wicket on the leg side, and the score remains the same. Helmet being run up by Latham to Young, who's going to come in close on the offside. That wind, as it did yesterday, we had that nor'wester blowing in Christchurch. It really picked up and was very unpleasant. Now an easterly, which is quite cool, but a good crowd remaining.
Yep. 5-4 field, 5 on the offside, 4 on the onside. That means generally bowlers will bowl straight at the stumps.
And Duffy bowls short. It was straight, but over the head of Roach. He ducked underneath at the end of the over. 436 rather for 6. Graves is 186. Roach is 53. After more comments from our experts, Chris Harris and Jeremy Coney, it will be Daniel McHardy.
because of this approach, I think in recent times of the West Indies, it's obvious in their mind that they are just trying to play for the end of the day and a draw. And I think it's only a matter of time before Tom Latham just finally decides, right, well, let's open this game back up. Let's get a lot of men around the bat, particularly for Bracewell, surround it, open up some scoring areas, and if they do want to play some shots, I think that gives them a couple of options, New Zealand. It keeps West Indies in the game, so they might be a bit more positive, but it will test Kemar Roach's defence even more. He's already given a couple of half opportunities and a couple have been missed by the umpire.
Started the Bracewell over from the Port Hills end. Rocking back is Graves, nudging into the vast open spaces in the offside. 3 back, almost on the boundary. That point cover long off. He gets a run to get 187.
And here we go now as Roach takes strike. There'll be a lot more men around the bat. Setting it off, short leg slip. I really like that man at selling it off. I think it forces a better defensive play, and it's the reason that we've seen a few player misses from Roach, because he knows he's got to try and get the full face on it.
Well, it's an interesting text, fellas. Pitch has dominated this game. Unbattable for 7 sessions, unbowlable for 8. Is Bracewell bowling, defending as the right-handed Roach. That's a very New Zealand centric perspective, I would think. Jerry, does he?
The first 2 days were certainly the bowlers held sway, didn't they? And wickets fell. In fact, both teams had 1 innings, didn't they?
4:37 for 6. Very slow through the air, wide of off stump, trying to find something, some footmarks. Nothing for Bracewell. It was 51st over.
You wouldn't say this is turning at all. So it hasn't given the spinners any assistance.
Bouncing back in for wide of off stump. Competently played by Roach, as he has now done over the course of 230 minutes.
No, for a day 5 wicket, you'd just be expecting a little bit more turn from some rough marks, but there's absolutely nothing, is there?
Or variable bounce.
Kakanui doesn't really do that.
Short at this time, shuffling right across outside of off stump is Roach, defending no run.
And that's the medium just below the grass, and it doesn't really crack up too much. And so there's no hitting cracks or anything, because they just simply don't appear. Plenty of grass still on the pitch.
Still over the wicket is Brace, so as the ball goes off the bottom of the bat, trickling along the ground straight to Mitchell. That is the end of the over. 437 for the loss of 6. We've got 13 overs remaining. The West Indies need 94.
When it comes to New Zealand sports turf, nobody knows it better than PGG Wrights and Turf. They've been in the industry for over 40 years, proudly supplying customers right across the country. From stadiums to golf courses, bowling greens to landscaping, even through to revegetation and erosion control, their highly skilled team are well equipped in every aspect of the turf and environmental markets. So, for your next turf project, talk to New Zealand's experts. PGGWrightsandTurf.com.
Summer of Cricket live from Hagley Oval with Prosper, fast business fund. I just heard Glenn Phillips in the ad break. He's standing by the stumps going, it's not cracking up at all, is it? Just as what we've been discussing here. Steels asks, gentlemen, do the players need more reviews because of umpire's decisions? Harry?
No, not at all. I think 3 per 80 overs is plenty. You just got to... it was... The reviews came in to get rid of any howling decisions. And I think too often now you see captains going to 50-50 calls because they think, we've got 3, we might as well use it. But what we're now seeing, and it's happened in a few test series and test matches I've seen, where it actually becomes crucial. If you start wasting your reviews early because you've got them, it can end up being absolutely crucial.
The one hit the abdomen, was ballooned away, which was quite weird because most of them were on the onside because it was a short sort of theory. As Duffy starts a new over, his 41st from the Botanic Gardens end, pushed to the offside, he fields no run.
Yeah, that was absolutely the worst of it. The one that was short and ended up...
Was that the last?
I think it was.
No, that was the second
to last. Hit him in the chest. But then you get those ones where they're just... I think it might have pitched on leg, and you review it, it's pitched outside leg, and it's just...
You've got to cherish that last one.
Absolutely.
Don't get any more. That's it.
You save that
3 and you're done.
You save that for when the umpire really gets it wrong. which he has.
4-3-7 for 6. Duffy, well short into the rib cage, and it's played nicely around the corner, straight to ground.
Well, we've already seen how crucial it has been. If they'd saved that one, there's 2 decisions that would have gone in New Zealand's favour had they had that review up their sleeve.
Anyone here feeling just a scintilla of disappointment that we've got this close after this long?
Yes.
And both sides have decided, nah, we're not prepared to risk.
Well, I'm not sure New Zealand has decided. I just don't think they're capable right now.
Oh,
they're running on fumes, aren't they?
Sure.
Graves, again, on the front foot, defending. But I can understand why the West Indies have come to this conclusion based on what we saw from 9, 10, 11.
Yeah, and also the fact they were 67 behind at the end of the second day, and they've come a long way since then.
Bowled out
That's
for
also
27.
an argument you might turn around the other way, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
And say, OK, let's have a crack.
They were also 100 for 2.
Yeah.
Making 167. So... Graves, what a knot this has been. He gets another bouncer from Duffy, loses his balance as he ducks underneath and falls backwards towards short leg. Maintaining his feet the whole time, 187, 358 balls, 516 minutes.
I'm not sure if it's coming into their thinking because they're hoping it won't get to that stage, but you've got, I keep saying it, you've got to leave just a little bit of gas in Duffy's tank for that new ball, because that could be absolutely key. Well, the last 4 overs of today's game, I mean, that's going to be absolutely crucial. That's New Zealand's last chance.
Right in the bounce, steering it again to ground as it bounces a couple of times to Williamson at this very short leg slip. The alternative to the short ball, Jeremy,
is a Yorker.
Yeah.
Or they
How
go together.
Yeah.
And I just
like
think...
you and Smith.
Well, we haven't... we haven't... No.
Cheese and crackers.
Well, they're different. Yeah, that's no different. Different lengths.
Well, yes.
Yeah. And
Duffy in again. Oh, that's an absolute wonderful bounce. That's Graves runs away to point. That did hurry him up the end of the over. And, well, the Duff man is really showing full determination as we watch the replay. Another short ball sailing over the top of middle, stuff just past the left shoulder. The right-hander does well too. Get away from harm. That would have hit him right between the eyes. If he
well played. Hands down, bat down, near the helmet. Yes, made him a little bit uncomfortable for just a millisecond, but he got out of the way, got the head out of the way. Most of the times you do. If you've been in as long as this, you know, you're sort of the last second sort of reactions just gets your head, pulls your head away.
To that point about unplayable for 7 sessions and can't get wickets right, I think it's about 900 odd runs for 14 wickets in the second innings combined. Bracewell, his 52nd over, begins with a sedate Roach defensive stroke. Right. 11.5 overs remaining. Slip, leg slip, catches under the helmet, both off and on this Bracewell. That's a tired ball, low full toss, and well, there's a sign. Roach's intent, he just deflects it to mid-wicket, no run. Chatting away to the fielders in close. Yep, that last ball certainly was. That's a bit better as it bounces and spins back towards the right hand.
Round the wickets, it's Shields back. Duff's coming to you, mate.
So Tom Latham suggesting to Michael Bracewell, he comes around the wicket, changing it up again.
94 runs away. That rates now. I can't see that. Where's my binoculars? Brad Lewis has probably stolen, as per. Back around the wicket, Bracewell. On off stump, defending. 8.2. 8.2. I've had an initial listing in Delhi, utterly gripped to our coverage. And he wants to thank you, gentlemen. Thinks you're wonderful as Racewell goes wider off stump, spinning back. He goes, a fantastic change from the rather loud stuff across the Tasman Sea. Have been hearing since 4 a.m. here in India. Regards to Jeremy and Ian. We still remember you, especially Smithy, for totally whacking us all over the park in 1990. Love the smiles and laughter. Racewell bowls from around the wicket. Once more, Roach looks like a top order player. Stoic defends. The end of the over 4-3-7 for 6.
Big barrel, big range, bigger deals. Lake Chalice Falcon Range, $15.99. Graham Norton Prosecco or Prosecco Rosé, $17.99. Or Cloudy Bay Sauvignon Blanc, $39.99. Plus join the Mates Club for even bigger exclusive deals.
Big barrel, big range, bigger deals.
Big barrel, your local liquor store.
The end of the spell for Jacob Duffy. Change of bowling from the Botanic Gardens end. We received a message about 2 minutes ago that says, why don't New Zealand bowl spin from both ends and maybe get 6 overs of the new ball to give Duffy and folks a rest, to give it one last effort. It looks like that's what they are doing, because Rachin Ravindra has just said, well done, Duff, great effort. He's back into the attack. His 17th, this will be his 18th over, none for 63. 11 overs remain in this test match. The West Indies need 94, but have hardly played a shot the last hour or so. We thought we'd have all 4 options of possibility as Ravindra starts from around the wicket, angling in towards Graves, who defends again, as Harry and Coney having quite a fierce debate. Microphones are down, headphones are off. I'm not sure what's going on. So 10.5 overs remaining as Rachin Ravindra bowls, coming forward and pushing into the gap at point. Mitchell comes around from slip. Another run to Graves, who's 188.
James, come into here. Leg slap.
Martin Crowe score against the West Indies.
That's correct.
Basin?
And Australia.
At the Basin?
Australia 188.
188 at the Gabba.
Gabatoir.
Yeah.
What a knock that was. Well, they were both brilliant.
And so is J.F. Reid. Yes, number 3, Crowe number 4.
105, I think. It was an amazing partnership, that.
Yeah.
It was a brilliant catch to get him out too. Alan Border. Horizontal.
Yeah. One hand.
Yeah, the 188 was against the Windies at the Basin. Him and John Roy had a big partnership. And pretty decent attack back in those days.
What was the
87, 88, I think it was.
What was the one at St George's? Guyana.
5 men around the bat. Now as Roach and Ravindra bowls. It's a little bit too full. Roach can get well down in the middle of the back, quite low.
Because that was 100 odd. 100, I think in the 180s.
It was 188 as well.
Was it?
Yeah.
We got 2 188s. Maybe I've got confused. Definitely scored 188 twice. 438 for the loss of 6, so. Roach on 53. Defends. All right. Roach was 50 not out at tee.
He's faced different approach since tee, isn't it?
He's faced 81 balls since tee for 3.
Hence the term defensive.
Ravindra bowls to him. Turned around the corner nicely. Let the ball come to him. Past leg slip. Just 1 is the call from Graves. He wants to. Well, there's only 1 ball remaining.
Stay tight.
Could have come back for 2 easily there.
Roach has been at 4 hours now. 4 hours and 2 minutes.
Well, Roach he wants to strike at the other end. He's protecting Graves. So I'm a bit worried about you, Justin. You're on 188.
He thinks they're coming back tomorrow.
Not too deep.
It was Georgetown. Crowe made 188.
Yeah.
The Basin, he made 119 at the Basin. It's the West Indies. Both pretty handy attacks. Dug out, very full ball. Graves just hobbling. That's the end of the Ravindra over. 2 runs off it. 439 for 6.
Are you a business owner looking for a cash boost? For fast, flexible business funding, turn to Prosper. Apply online in less than 10 minutes and get the funds you need in hours. Visit prosper.co.nz today. T's and C's and standard credit criteria apply.
Go Harvey Norman for huge deals on big screen TVs. The biggest brands, best range, latest technology, and screens up to a massive 100 inches. Huge TV deals at Harvey Norman now. The action's better on the big screen.
Well, we've got a bit of a problem here. Justin Graves seems to have seized up quite badly. He is down. The medical staff have come out. Looks like cramp in that left leg. In fairness, he's batted 525 minutes. The Summer of Cricket on Sport Nation with Prosper. Keep your business moving. What were you two having your headphones off debate about?
Oh, just that the...
Where dinner is tonight? Something like that?
No, it was about this game. It was just about what's the last time we can finish. And obviously...
10 overs, right?
It's whatever's last. So if it's
10 overs or
so
6.
either 6 o'clock or 10 overs. And in this instance, it's going to be 10 overs. And I think we're going to be... If we go the distance, which we will because New Zealand will take the new ball with 4 to go, we're looking at about 6:15.
Harry, I did promise you I would find a text praising you.
Did it get through? I haven't been able to get it through.
It's arrived with 10 overs remaining in the test match.
Harry's mum. Thanks, mum.
I couldn't agree with Harry more with respect to wasting reviews. Umpires get tired after a long day too, but what will be proven is that they will never make as many mistakes as the players. We have dropped catches, missed runouts, and also when the umpire's decision was challenged, it was proved correct, courtesy from a mentor of mine, Alf Turner. Someone writes. Well, they did miss a couple after that. Up until that point, the LBW, they'd had a pretty good test, didn't they? More from Jeremy Coney and Chris Harris, and Tom Bartlett comes in.
I wonder if we could describe the umpires as players playing. I'm not sure about that they actually have to score runs, that they have to take the catches, the hard ones in close.
And to be fair, they'll be reviewing
they're
that.
really tested like that. Different type of testing, isn't it? Really?
No, but Alex Wolff will be disappointed.
Oh, of course
he'll be disappointed he made those decisions wrong. That'll be reviewed. And to be fair, the nick behind for me, it was a bit of a feather. You can miss those. He's got to get those LBW decisions right. I think when you see the replay, had him in line, height was fine, heading inside leg. They're the decisions for me that you've got to get right. But we keep harping back to it. I think New Zealand, for me, used one really bad review, and that was for the chest. The other one's possibly fair enough, but when you've only got one left, you've really got to save that one for one that the umpires get really badly wrong, and they didn't.
Right, here's the start of the next over, defended by the batsman. No run scored. 439 for 6. 10 overs, less than 10 overs now to play, 9.5. Michael Bracewell's bowling his 53rd over of the innings, and he's bowling to the right-handed Kemar Roach, who has men all around the bat. He defends to point, but won't take a single. Williamson runs round from the slip position to cut it off. 54 Roach, 188 Justin Graves, who's at the non-strikers end doing some stretches. He had one of the support staff from the West Indian team out there stretching the legs, probably some cramp. He has batted for 528 minutes. Long innings.
Yep, that's fair enough. Now they've got an extra man in now at Gully. So they've brought a man, Duffy, from behind square on the sweep.
Here's Bracewell bowling to him, and he's turned it round the corner on the bounce to the leg, Gully.
And so that makes absolute sense. If you want to play across the line at this particular stage, you might miss it and therefore bring the LBW into play. The other thing that Bracewell could try, he could start moving from one side of the other, from the stumps, round the wicket, over the wicket.
There he is, a little shorter, so Roach is able to defend.
In some ways, it makes it a little bit easier for Tom Latham now as well, because they've taken out the wind for West Indies, so he can surround them. He's not worried about the rate. They've made it clear they're not chasing down this victory, so he can surround Roach with in-close fielders, as he has
Bowling from the Port Hills end, tosses it up. And it's wide of off stump, so Roach is able to step forward, but watch it go past into Latham's glove.
It's an interesting one because they're putting a pressure on themselves in a way. They're backing their defence. And certainly with Graves, you can understand that, although if he gets cramped so badly he's got to go off. That'll be interesting.
Bracewell, short, defended by Roach.
But you can't bowl short. We can't see too many of that last ball there from Bracewell.
439 for 6 at the end of that over. Bracewell figures 1 for 135 from 53. New Zealand have bowled 155 overs in this innings, so 5 overs until the new ball, Jerry.
Well, there was a thought. That was why we were having the discussion. If they rushed through the overs with spin, instead of the Duffy coming in, if spin had gone flick, 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 flick very quickly, they might have got more than 4 overs. With the new ball, they might get 6 overs. And so to make that a longer period was the idea. But they'd kind of got that idea a bit late.
So 9 overs left. Sorry, go ahead, Harry.
No, I was just going to say, I still think 4 overs is just enough time to create drama. I think there's one more twist in the tail, Tom.
Rachin Ravindra continuing from the Botanic Gardens ends, bowls to the right-handed Justin Graves, who turns it to mid-wicket. There are players out, so they've managed to get through for a single. 440 for 6.
Graves only needs, 11.
I was going to say that's another wee thing in it too.
Absolutely, to get to his 200.
That will certainly be in the back of his mind. He's happy just to run another 11 little singles, but will his body can handle it? He's already cramping. You can just see him there limping to the other end. He is in a little bit of distress.
Distress is a good word for it. He's grimacing. I don't know if he can run another 11 singles in 9 overs. Just based on the previous delivery, he doesn't look very comfortable. He's gone to the non-strikers end. He's leaning on his back. He looks very comfortable at that end.
Plan could be to get within 4 and then hit a boundary.
Right, here's Ravindra round the wicket to Roach, and Roach is playing forward. It goes just to the right of the gully, who's in very close, Stephen Conway. There are men all around the bat. Silly mid-off, gully, slip, leg, gully, short leg, helmets. New Zealand with 5 men in the wicketkeeper around the bat. A couple of out in the covers and almost a catching mid-on as Ravindra goes round again, bowls to Roach, and he's forward down to Ravindra on the offside of the pitch. 440 for 6. Overcast here at Hagley Oval now. It's, of course, the late afternoon into the evening. Still a few people on the embankment as Ravindra bowls it again, and forward comes Roach. Again, he's having to play down on the ball. It goes to Conway in the gully. He's taken his glove off Roach. He's shaking the fingers as we watch on the replay. Took one on the fingers.
Love that length from Ravindra and that pace as well. Just that little bit of one thing in this surface, if you're a bit slower and a bit higher, you just get a little bit of bounce, as we saw there, and that's exactly where he needs to be to Roach.
Waits again, and Roach defends. Coming forward, Ravindra looks interested. New Zealand desperately trying to find some magic late on day 5 to force one of those tail enders to have to come out. One more ball left in this over from Ravindra. Getting round the wicket to the right-hander. Again, waits and defends. It's been so solid, Kemar Roach. End of the over, 440 for 6. The Windies need 91 more to win. That's not going to happen. There are 8 overs left in the test. New Zealand still need 4 wickets.
Well, Jeremy, you've been analysing this. You've obviously been involved in some of New Zealand cricket. Great test wins. I feel like, from what I've seen, I've been quite impressed with Tom Latham. I feel as though he's done all he can with the resources that he has. What are your thoughts?
Oh, well, New Zealand have had basically 3 men short in the last 2 days of this game. And they've been pretty important men when you're actually in the field, because 2 of them are bowlers and 1 of them's actually a keeper. So from that perspective, New Zealand have hung in. They've had to deal with the fact they've only got 2 seamers, You'd love to have a third, so there's a little note to all the players. Can we please have a third seamer always who's a batsman?
Start of another over. Bracewell's bowling to Graves, goes back, defends, no run.
So that every time you go to practice, you mark your run-up out and you bowl a serious 3 or 4 overs that you learn how to bowl an outswinger or an in-swinger. And so we end up having a couple of extra handy little men to bring in if these sort of situations occur.
Bracewell bowls, and that's one's bounced on just in front of Will Young, who's at short leg. It was a bit tentative. Graves, hands on heads in the New Zealand camp. We'll look on the replay. It was up from Bracewell. Cross went Graves, inside edge onto the pad. And that replay is not showing us where it went. This one, will Jerry talk us through it?
Well, let's just have it, because it does it go off the pitch? Yes, it does. And basically, I think it's just, he's got it just after it's bounced.
Short of its time from Bracewell, so Graves is able to go back and punch square and will take a single. 4-4-1 for 6.
I mean, every player finds, other than, they're playing defensively now. They're not really playing big shots. You can afford to go in, and anything that hits off the inside edge into the pad or the leg is going to, get up, lobby, and you're going to have time to get underneath it. So maybe half a pace. I don't think we can criticise there too much.
Bracewell bowls flatter to Roach, and Roach is going to take a single to point.
For me, the ball that's created the most problems is the fuller ball, and especially that slower one, especially if you're in a defensive frame of mind. If you're being aggressive, it's different because you can come and attack it, but because they're playing defensively, really want both Ravindra and Bracewell to bowl slower and almost throw it up there.
Graves on 190. Waits for Bracewell, tosses it up. This time he plays a more forceful looking drive. He's going to try and hobble through for a single. And the stumps have been broken at the non-striker's end, but he's managed to get through for 191, 4-4-3 for 6. You can see Michael Bracewell was quite interested in them having a little look at the replay there, just to make sure Justin Graves had got home.
Got back about there.
First shot of any great authority in some time from Justin Graves.
Well, he's not trusting his defence quite so much, is he? After that, he knows he got a bit of luck there.
Flat delivery, this one from Bracewell. Plays it to Daryl Mitchell under the helmet. That's the end of the over. 443 for 6, 7 overs left in the test.
Why did the chicken cross the road? To get to night and day, of course. And here's why. Every Tuesday in December, you can get halibut chicken for just $4. Enjoy a tender, boneless chicken thigh fillet coated to crispy perfection. Head to nightandday.co.nz to find your local. With over 50 stores nationwide, your Tuesday $4 halibut chicken is never far away.
Night and day.
Summer of Cricket on Sport Nation with Prosper Fast Business Funding. 7 overs left. New Zealand need 4 good bits of cricket to win the test. But the time clock is now their enemy.
Or a good piece of umpiring.
Ratchet Ravindra is going to continue.
Well, just accurate play, isn't it? Just generally, whether it's an umpire or whether it's from themselves. They put down 2 catchable opportunities today.
The run out as well.
Yeah. And a run out, that's right.
Graves is on strike on 191.
Beautiful.
Lunges forward and defends the first ball of the new Ravindra over.
Excellent effort from Duffy in particular. You have to single him out as the workload that he's had has been outstanding. Bracewell, of course, 54 overs for him.
Ravindra, we're going to look at again to the right-handed Graves. It's defending.
Latham just about been in the field.
Absolutely.
Well, on the field of play just about all 5 days.
.41 overs delivered by Jacob Duffy. 3 for 113. Don't often see a seamer with those kind of numbers next to their name in a single innings of a test match. Ravindra. Graves goes back and is on to the inside edge, onto the pad. That's why there was interest from Ravindra, who was sort of leaping off the ground, thinking something was about to happen. all those men around the bat. That's exactly what Ravindra is looking for. A little inside edge to balloon up. This one at the inside edge onto the pad, onto the ground. 4-4-3 for 6. Ravindra around the wicket again. Shorter. Graves goes back, punches to mid-wicket. He's hobbling through, gets to the non-striker's end. But it was a bit painful. He's 192. 4-4-4 for 6. Ravindra's got a couple of deliveries left in this over.
You're across. When you're across. Come catching cover.
More changes in the field for Latham. It's a catching cover in. It's Blair Tickner. Sending it off. It's a gully, a slip. Leg, gully. Short leg. Mid on, mid off. Ravindra in to Roach. Forward down the offside of the pitch. Ravindra does his own fielding, no run. No, 2 overs after this until New Zealand will have access to a third new ball. 157.5 overs bowled. Massive effort from the Black Caps bowling attack as Roach takes a single off the final ball, leans into it and pushes it through point for 1, and that ends the over. 445 for 6. There are 6 overs left in the test match. 2 left until there's a new ball. I suppose we're waiting to see what happens there. Michael Bracewell and Rachin Ravindra are operating at the moment, Harry, and that's probably what we're going to see at least for the next 2. And then who knows?
I don't think we've got any other option, really. Tom Latham's doing all they can. The only 2 guys that have really got to bowl out there are the 2 that are bowling now, because obviously he wants Folkes and Duffy 2 each for the new ball, and New Zealand have got men surrounding the bat. I feel like it's a bit easier because they're playing defensively, but Bracewell and Ravindra are getting their length better. They're bowling slower and getting it fuller.
Will light come into play if they take the new ball and bowl?
No.
Bracewell starts a new over. He's bowling to Roach. Roach has to kick the ball away. Ball spins past the outside edge, and no shot off it, so no outside edge at all. But
now that I've said no, Jerry, there's probably a very good chance that it will.
Still relatively light out there, isn't it?
Good energy, beast.
You're like the West Indies batting, not trusting themselves.
Catch it, boys.
Defended by Roach.
Holy.
Maybe they're waiting for the new ball and then they're going to have another crack.
Silly mid on. Gully. There's a slip. Leg slip, leg gully, short leg, catching cover. Catching mid on, off on if you like. And then that's defended by Roach. Back of the length from Bracewell into his 55th over.
Worked on it 2 years ago.
Once again does Kimo Roach as Bracewell's in, forward, defending, straight down the pitch, no run. 4-4-5 for 6.
All right, Beast, 2 more balls, bro. Come on.
Still here, team out there. 2 more balls. Come on, boys. Just 1. Let's get it started.
Yeah, Rachin Ravindra, I think, is there. He's in the league slip position, right next to the keeper. Here's Bracewell bowls and Roach is forward. Here the Black Caps desperately trying to encourage Michael Bracewell, as I say, into his 55th over.
He's got to be feeling a little bit tired too, doesn't he?
He'll sleep well.
Wow.
Big effort from this New Zealand attack. Bracewell bowls and Roach is defending a foolish delivery onto the onside. He will not score, and that is the end of the over. 4-4-5 for 6. 5 overs left in the test match. The West Indies on the cusp here of a test draw, but it's a monumental effort when they were set 531. Went into bat just before lunch on day number 4. Survived all of day 4, and so far 5 overs to go. They've got through almost to the end of day 5 to take the draw. And Smith is stepping away. Chris Harris is stepping away, and Smith's coming in. 5 overs left. It's going to be Rachin Ravindra. He's going to bowl one of them. The new ball, the 3rd new ball, is available to New Zealand after this over. Justin Graves on 192. He only needs a couple of good hits and He'll get a double ton, Ian Smith.
Well, looking out into the field too, there's two players going through some vigorous warm-up time, and that is Duffy and Folkes. For about the 19th time in this innings, I might add, they've warmed up. But they're going to give it a go. I mean, Tom Latham is a believer. It's a little bit strange for me that he left it so long to put all those men round the bat for Roach. He must have thought he was worried, but...
Ravindra starts the next over. It's turned around the corner by Justin Graves, his 193rd run, 446 for 6.
What a brilliant innings. What a brilliant innings from Justin Graves. It's really top drawer. I mean, there's all sorts of different ways you can score runs and bat in Test cricket, but this is just fantastic. It really is.
Ticky, stay there, mate. Yeah, there. Square leg.
Hey, push that one up there.
Tom Latham still working on this field, still moving people around. Jacob Duffy's at mid-off. He's jumping, stretching, getting himself geared up. Ratchin Ravindra over the wicket to the right-hander. Roach turns this one to short leg. It's always on the ground. A lot of interest from the New Zealanders, as you'd expect at this stage.
That heavy.
Men all around the bat for Ratchin Ravindra. Roach forward in the air, caught by Daryl Mitchell. The appeal by the New Zealanders, no movement from umpire Paul Rifle.
They've given up. Some of them around the bat have given up. Tom Latham right up there, Daryl Mitchell with a half a shout, Ratchin half a shout, so what's that, one whole shout and two half shouts. But there's a lot of guys down there that didn't even move. It's almost a sarcastic appeal.
It was a good catch by Daryl Mitchell. It was just on the ankles.
It was. I just wonder why we hadn't had a guy in there a bit longer, but never mind.
Ravindra Vales again. This one forward is Roach, and it's in the air for a little while, and it tucked down between the gap between the gully and short leg. No run taken. 4-4-6 for 6.
2 balls to go with this ball, and then one last throw of the dice, literally, the new dice. Present Justin Graves with an opportunity to perhaps play a slightly more expansive shot, to get closer.
Just a couple of players moving away from the wicket lot. Michael Bracewell's gone back to mid on square leg and deep point. As Roach gets one that climbs on him a little bit, and he's defended off, goes back down the pitch to Ravindra. 1 ball left in this over, and then expectation is it's either Duffy or Folkes from the Port Hills end with a new ball. 4 overs to play with. Ravindra tosses this one right up. Roach gets well forward, defends it back to the bowler, and that is the end of the over. 4-4-6 for 6. 4 overs left. The third new ball is available to New Zealand. We'll take a short break, and when we come back, Garth Galloway to join Ian Smith and Jeremy Coney.
What started as a 16-year-old's dream in St Kilda in 1926 became the Diamond family's legacy, creating hundreds of jobs, inspiring all Australians. Penrite Oil powers thousands of engines. 2 wheels, 4 wheels, and big wheels. One thing is for sure, 100 years on, they're only getting started. Australian owned and made. Penrite Oil, 100 years, still driven.
And welcome back to the Summer of Cricket on Sport Nation with Prosper Fast Business Funding. 4-4-6 for 6. 4 overs, more importantly, remaining. Jacob Duffy is coming back to his chosen end, the Port Hills end, with the easterly blowing across, meaning it should help his outswinger if he can get some swing. So it is, as Ian Smith said, the last throw of the dice for New Zealand. 4 overs left in the day's play. They need 4 wickets, but you really feel that what we saw of that the tail of the West Indies, if they could pick up one in this over, they'd still fancy themselves a chance.
Game on, yeah, absolutely. Very nervous game on as well for everybody. 4 slips at gully, basically 5 slips really. They're having a real crack, and good luck to them.
Here's Duffy bowling and outside the off stump, no shot. Well, why haven't they got a short leg as well, though? Someone in there close, just putting a little bit of pressure on.
Deep point. backward square, you really don't need anyone.
No.
Unless you're thinking they're going to play a big shot.
Yeah.
I don't understand the fielder on the boundary at point or at backward square. This doesn't make sense to me. Get in close and get under the nose. All the pressure really is on the batters as Graves 193. Gosh, it'd be lovely to see him get a double century if he could.
Yeah, but the big picture for him is walking off having not lost this test match, and I admire him greatly for that. I really do.
He lets that ball go outside the off stump.
I also think it's very appropriate that it's Duffy and folks that have the last say for New Zealand too, because it's been on them.
It has. They've had a terrific workload with Henry and Smith not taking any part in this innings for New Zealand. There's still a few faithful in the ground watching, and Graves drives beautifully, but straight to Ravindra at cover. This is the thing that you talk to Americans and they ask you to explain cricket to them, and you say, well, you can play for 5 days but not get a result, and they look to the heavens as if to say, how can that be? But the cricket fans, and there are lots of lovely texts coming in saying this is just magnificent, and it is. It's a winning draw for the West Indies if they can get there. Graves is onto the back foot, and it's an inside edge past Latham for 4. So he advances and gets closer to the 200. He's 3 away, and that was a rare shot of uncertainty for Graves. Beaten off the seam a little bit, inside edge, and well, he deserves a little bit of luck.
Tom Latham's done some amazing things, and that one's just got away. For 1 second, I'm not blaming him at all. 450 up for the West Indies, but that would have been one of the most remarkable ones had it even stuck or got close to it. But and that's the other thing, we should be paying tribute to some of the players who have contributed to this, and what a test Tom Latham has had, in all honesty.
Yep.
He's been miraculous.
Bowls now, and this sees Graves freeing up a little bit. He's suffering a bit, I think, Justin Graves still with that cramp. Yep. He's really pushing himself to the edge of his resistance. 450 for 6. Yep. He's got a lovely carrot sitting in front of him, a double century at the Hagley Oval if he can do it. And I think no matter how much the crowd here would love New Zealand to win, I'm sure that they wouldn't want him deprived of that. Zach Folkes warming up at mid-wicket. Duffy in beautiful sunlight has Graves forward, pushing to the offside. The first over with the new ball has been completed. The West Indies survive it. 4 runs coming off it, an inside edge down to the boundary. And Graves to 197, Roach 56. They need 81 to win, so we can forget about that. The draw is the result, or a New Zealand victory, one would think, but just 3 overs now for New Zealand.
Good example, isn't it, of the danger of the new ball and of taking it, really. I mean, Duffy was outside the off stump basically of a right-hander most of the time that over. Didn't really quite try the short ball as much as he has so far to bring about a dismissal. Pitched it up a bit, succeeded in getting one outside the off stump and getting an inside edge from it, and it went perilously close to the keeper, and who stands a little bit deeper than some keepers, and maybe that helps him. Obviously gives him time to see it, but it also takes the ball away from him slightly further because the distance is greater. So it's a bit of a trade-off between those two things, but you've certainly got to put your hands together for the effort, particularly of Duffy for me.
So here is Folkes beginning what will be the third last over of the day, we assume, and he has Roach just squaring up and playing to mid-wicket.
Yeah, we could break it down to deliveries, really, Garth, can't we? Now it's down to 17 deliveries. Did you say the third to last over? It was going to be 4 with the new ball, so we're down to 17 deliveries here. 17 deliveries, 4 wickets. That's what it's about.
Short leg now for Folkes.
Well, he brings the ball back into the right-handers, doesn't he? That makes sense.
Yeah. Still, I would have had one for Duffy, I think, as Folkes bowls and a defensive shot off the back foot.
Got 2 leg slips too, Jerry.
Yeah. Yeah, 2 leg slips. That makes sense too. You know, don't really need anyone out at all.
Old school test match with old school commentary has been thoroughly enjoyable. West Indies deserve a draw if they can get it. Shades of Hobart 2011. Thank you, Carly from Auckland. Thanks so much for all of you who have been listening in and sending us such lovely messages.
And
fabulous.
Great highlight of the test for me, the interaction from the people. It's been so satisfying from a commentary point of view to get reaction and to get feedback. Some of it most of it has been absolutely fantastically supportive and positive, so we should pay a tribute to those people that have done that for us in particular, and it makes the job sweeter.
Yeah, ducks underneath that does Roach, and so...
Sorry, I didn't notice that.
No, that's all right. I totally agree with you.
Game's gone.
I wasn't telling anyone.
No, it's all right. It's good that you've managed to stay with us until the very end. Man of your ripe old age. And
well, I've been medicated. I'm all good. Coffee, 450 for 6 of those down the leg side off the hip of Roach. Latham, whose body must be aching a little bit. He dives across and takes it, and it takes him quite a while to get back up.
And the media liaison officer's going to tap him on the shoulder and say, Tom, press conference now. Speech now.
Well, I was thinking if Daniel McHardy tries to get an interview with Justin Graves, he might have cramp in his tongue. I think his whole body is suffering from it.
Who, Daniel McHardy?
Well, that would be nice.
Yeah, he will at his tongue, certainly.
Cramp in his tongue.
Well, that would be nice. It would be. Plenty of people hoping for 5 days of cramp in his tongue in Wellington.
Tell you what,
down the leg side with this delivery, no shot.
You could take one letter out, and that's more accurate to what his tongue is for.
Look, it's, as you can tell with our listeners, it's late in the day on day 5. Where basically we've got on, but we'll separate. I think we'll separate tonight and try and keep things together for the Wellington test. Here's another lovely text. Thank you. This test match has been incredible, and your coverage has been incredible for the last 5 days on the embankment. Thank you, except for Smithy. Look, I didn't mean to read that. That's not nice. Just get rid of that one, Daniel.
There's a lawyer for you, reading things into things that aren't there.
450 for 6 it is. Roach plays onto the onside. They're going to run 1. That means that Graves will be off strike. They're going to come back for 2. This will be a chance of a run out. Surely not at the bowler's end. It was picked up by Ravindra at square leg, and that would have been a horrible way. They were trying to get Graves back on strike so he can get his double century. Gee whiz, Roach was determined.
It's a very late decision to win the game.
Yeah, that's right. 452 for 6. Well, that was all about getting Graves back on strike, but wouldn't it have been an extraordinary run out?
But the odd thing was that he only thought about the fact that Graves has to be on strike about 3/4 of the way through the first run, and he was jogging down the other end, and he thought, wow, what are we trying to do here?
Yeah, I think he's...
Brilliant. But mentally fatigued, maybe.
Yep.
People are clapping. Why is that? Are they clapping?
Well, 452 for 6 means that this is the second highest 4th innings total in cricket history. Unbelievable. So New Zealand did it against England, 451 here in 2002. We talk about that as being the Astle Test, of course. And England, that was the timeless test in 1939, 654 for 5 and against South Africa in Durban. And I'm sure that's when they had to call the test off, as this is outside the off stump through to the keeper, because the ship was leaving and there wasn't another one for a few weeks.
That's right. Absolutely right.
Well, that puts it into perspective, this West Indies effort. I know New Zealand are down, but gee, they'll grow from this.
Look at Duffy too. He's got 5 deliveries left, and he's not just loping back to his mark. He's walking back with purpose. We should be able to talk about his action with our eyes closed. We've seen it that much, but he's still charging in.
Yeah, wonderful. As he bowls again down the leg side. Second and third slips appeal. Latham doesn't. It's down the leg side. Latham takes it cleanly. So what have we got, Smithy? And Jerry, 10 balls remaining in the day's play.
Yeah. Well, the interest now is Graves. The interest now is, can Graves get 200, a famous double 100. He needs to get one here. What was he on? 197. He needs to get at least run here to get the strike.
Yep.
And then maybe with 3 or 4 balls left where he knows he can't lose the game, free his arms and bring it up. That would be a great finish for me.
Boys own.
Yeah. Well, boys, Roy the Rovers.
Oh, well, he has. He's deserved that, hasn't he?
Well, he faces Duffy now and lets this ball go outside the off stump. So the game is the most important thing for Justin Graves.
Well, he's not a Cantabrian.
No, it's playing for his team. Playing for his team, certainly. Most of these players have, haven't they? I mean, even Roach in a lesser way, 58 off 233 deliveries. Pretty good, I mean, you know.
Fair enough, too. And I take it back. Cantabrians are great contributors and great team people.
I wrote down a quote from you 3 days ago saying Canterbury's a great place or something. I wrote it down just to make sure it could never be taken away. This is pushed into the offside. Graves takes off. He's got cramp as well.
He wanted that
and Roach sends him back. 2 balls remaining.
It's a bit late to say when I hit it we run, and when you hit it, great, Justin, we don't. We run 2 when I hit it, but when you want to get a single down this end, no way I'm running, not risking myself. I think there's one there.
Oh, I think you've got to try and back your man to get his 200.
There was a run there.
Yeah.
Absolutely an easy one. Anyway, the batsman, I think Roach has probably gone down and said, sorry about that. Graves is laughing and saying, well, at this stage, he's saying it's okay. I think 197, so 6 balls, 8 balls remaining.
Yeah, 2 here, two in this over. Can he get off strike?
Here he is driving, and he's had his over point for 4.
He's
Justin Graves, 201. Magnificent. He raises his bat, holds his helmet high. Kemo Roach applauds. And the West Indies players to their feet. Everybody standing here at the Hagley Oval. And a hug between these two. It's a remarkable performance by these two. We haven't seen a wicket since before lunch today.
Yeah, full ball, just enough width outside the off stump and a sliced drive. He liked the look of it. He didn't really want it to go there, but it went up and it got right over the backward point. And at the moment he saw that it was going to be safe, he knew that was going to the boundary because he put the effort into it, didn't he? He was waiting for a length that he could actually attack.
I think as the most undignified shot of his innings, actually, for a player who's been in such control. And who cares? Here's Duffy bowling and he plays into the onside. This is a beautiful shot, just timed off his hip, and he'll run down and take strike for what should be the last over of the game. He's lame, I think it's fair to say. 4, 5, 7 for 6, the end of the over. 6 balls remaining in a wonderful test. Graves 202, Roach 58. And I normally we'd be summarising the match and going through it bit by bit, but there's just too much to talk about out here. It's just wonderful.
This will be written, and a lot will be written and talked about this test match in the next few days, and then they'll resume battle at the Basin Reserve. But remarkable achievement from Graves, from Roach, from the West Indies as a collective, and a remarkable effort from New Zealand when you consider what they have not had available to them that they originally selected. And that too, that won't, when you pick up wisdom in years to come and you look at the scores here, unless you really study the bowling figures and say, well, actually, why didn't Henry bowl in that innings, or why didn't Smith bowl in that innings? You just look at the scores, you think, wow. So there's a lot of interesting factors you can talk about. The embrace was cool. It was a joint embrace, because without Roach you couldn't have done it, clearly.
Wonderful. In the same way that Graves supported Hope through to his 100 earlier in the innings, as Ravindra bowls into Graves, plays into the offside.
Yeah, this says in fact that New Zealand too, they've kind of said, okay, we're not going to use folks here. We saw a little bit of swing coming back into the right-handers from Ravindra with the old ball. Maybe he can do something with the new one. But I think there's a sort of an understanding that's going on at the moment out there with last over.
Ravindra bowls it short and onto the back foot is Graves. I'll just say we're getting some just a stream of lovely messages thanking the team for the commentary, and we won't have time to read them all, but we'll just say thank you for them. We do appreciate it, and just as you're enjoying listening to it, we love bringing the cricket to you, so thank you for your positive messages. Here's Ravindra bowling onto the back foot, and Graves plays into the offside, and that means that the game is over with 3 balls remaining. They shake hands, and the first test at the Hagley Oval between New Zealand and the West Indies ends in a draw.
Terrific draw. I think it's a terrific draw. Is that possible to say in terms of cricket? Yes, I think it is. A wholehearted effort by both sides, which at the end has become a bit of a stalemate, but it's been anything but boring for mine anyway. I love this kind of cricket. I guess it's the benefit of having played it and talked about it for a long time, but I appreciate the fight, I appreciate the effort, and it's been absolutely brimming over the top with that.
Yeah, with the effort for over the 5 days from both sides, 2 days, first 2 days of seaming conditions where the bowlers were way in charge, 20 wickets, both innings I think going, a lead of 60 odd for New Zealand, and then a day of sort of in between where there was still a little bit of interest for the bowlers, batting became a little bit easier, and then the last 2 days a very flat pitch where every bowler was struggling. New Zealand basically on their last legs in the last 2 days because they only had 8 players, and that's what they played with. Yes, there were 11 out there, but they were 2 down very much in the bowling department, the most important department too with the bowlers because of the seamers and so on. So, the ones that were out there were left, spending over after over, run in after run, and energy, really having to be important. So that was, and some things have emerged, not everything ideal and terrific and at the highest quality. Some catching from New Zealand today that wasn't of the highest quality, I think. I think that, everyone's tried their heart out for their side. Yeah. And I think the fact that they can't be separated at the end of the 5 days, I think that that's fair enough.
I think there's a lot of emotion in Justin Graves in particular. He stood out there with Roach for a while, and there's, I think, wiping tears away from his eyes. There's a lot of emotion here, and quite rightly he's been given the honour to lead the teams off, and you can just see in Graves how much emotion is on his face. We've got the benefit now of television pictures. This is a tremendous effort in terms of the history of Test cricket. It really is, and I take my hat off to Hope. Don't forget Hope. It seems like forever ago, doesn't it, Shay? Hope, but it isn't.
Well, I've just got a little lump in my throat, I have to say, watching Justin Graves leaving here, and the hugs he's getting, the support from his teammates, his partner in crime earlier in the innings, Shay Hope, giving him a huge rap, really, and a lovely hug, and a nice support between the teams as well. But we've just seen a very special afternoon's cricket.
The West Indies have known a lot about losses recently. They've had 5 in this iteration of the World Test Championship already. The first 5, all losses. So this, and it's been, I think, one of the reasons that they decided quite early in this last session they were not going to lose this match after all the hard work that they had done in this last innings too with the bat. For Shay Hope that you mentioned, and now for Graves, who's, batted a long, long time. I don't know how many balls he faced. Somewhere around about 400 maybe. Yes, exactly.
388.
Yeah, 12 balls, only a couple of overs short of 400 balls. Goodness gracious. 65 minutes. Well, you divide that by 6, everybody, and you'll find you're getting
9.5
pretty
hours.
close to 10 hours, yeah. So that's a lot of little bits of concentration, isn't it? Lots of bits of coping with little uncertain moments, some lovely moments as well, and you still come out on the best side of it. So that's fantastic for him personally, and for his side, that as they go to Wellington now, they can feel, man, we've done something there. Can we build on this now? Can we work to get a little bit better.
Yeah. I don't think you can underestimate that, Jerry. And I suppose one other thing we should reflect on, which might feel slightly negative, but it's an important part of this game, is the World Test Championship and the fact that New Zealand have not been able to beat the West Indies here. When you think that they've lost the first 5, as you said, Jerry, to Australia and India, New Zealand, I think, would have been backing themselves for 2. They've been struck down by those injuries, which of course haven't helped them. And those injuries are a big part of it, I'm sure. But an important factor for them. And now it makes the tests in Wellington and Mount Maunganui even more important.
Well, I'm just watching Ian Bishop, and you might have heard me calling out to him.
Me too.
And you know, he's been through the pain. He travels the world with this side. And, you know, you'd never meet a more passionate guy about West Indies cricket. He absolutely loves the history of it and that. But he has had to travel the world in the last 10 to 12 years talking about very average performances and very, very big pastings from time to time. And like it was at the Gabba a couple of years ago when they beat Australia, I can see in Ian Bishop some real satisfaction in that fight. I really can. And that they will be back in the islands as well, around the various islands that are so proud of West Indian cricket. It's not a win. It's not a win, but it's a fight, and a hell of a fight.
And don't you hope that it also just reiterates to the younger West Indian followers of the game how important Test cricket is? And because everyone wants to see a great West Indies side. We remember the sides and we've talked about them a lot, of the 70s and 80s, and we want more of it. We want the West Indies fighting in Test cricket. Maybe Christchurch, December 2025 is the start of something that we see.
Player of the match, Graves, for you? Has to be, yeah.
Well, he's saved the match for them, didn't he? He got wickets also. Oh, we got Devon Conway. Let's go and have a chat with McHardy's with him.
Thanks very much, Jeremy. Got Devon Conway here. Before we break down this game, do you feel like you've been involved in a pretty special Test match?
Yeah, certainly. I think it was a seriously challenging game for us. You know, I think I didn't expect the results to be a draw, considering what position we were in last night. And so another special test to be a part of.
You can appreciate the hard work by the West Indian batsmen. Yeah, certainly. I think what Greaves did today certainly up there with one of the best knocks I've seen in person. To bat throughout the day without giving a chance, double 100. Huge credit to him and to Shea Hope for that partnership that they had pretty much for the majority of the day. And Kemar Roach too, fights hard with the ball, comes out, first Test match 50. A lot of heart there too. He's a great pro. Yeah, certainly. I mean, they do call him pro for a reason. We missed a couple of chances off him, but, credit to him for batting close to probably 200 balls plus. Pretty special effort from him after, quite a lot of overs in both innings for him with the ball. The truth is, there were enough chances to win this Test match, so a fairly demoralising draw. Yeah, certainly. We had our chances. A couple of catches went down, not only in the second innings, but in the first two. There's a run-out opportunity as well. So, I think in Test match cricket, you've got to get 20 wickets, and if there's any chances, you've got to take all of them, I suppose. Great heart shown by the likes of Duffy. He's bowled so many overs. Michael Bracewell too. It was hard on them, having lost Henry and Smith. Yeah, certainly. I mean, huge credit to those two seamers, Zach Folkes and Jacob Duffy. What they did for us throughout the day today was unbelievable. I think Jacob Duffy might have racked up over 40 overs plus, and also to Michael Bracewell bowling 50 overs plus was also a special effort on a wicket that wasn't offering a lot of assistance for them on day 5. So it was incredible effort from the bowlers, particularly those two seamers. Yeah, lastly, a bit of impetus now to bounce back and get a win in Wellington, right? The World Test Championship. You need to start well. Oh, certainly. I think, we'll do our homework, get some of the nasty fasties fresh, get their bodies back, and bounce back in Wellington for sure. Thanks for coming out and joining us, Devon. See you in Wellington. Thanks a lot, Dan. Thank you. The thoughts of Devon Conway down here on pitch side. Hopefully we can go inside the West Indian camp too and try and get a sense of what this means to them too.
Thanks, Daniel. And Devon Conway with his thoughts. Get the nasty Fosties ready and up and running for Wellington. We shall see. That will be difficult, I think, but let's hope. I just wanted to read a text that we got here. A couple of hoots throughout the supermarket car park when Graves got his double century. Thanks for the awesome coverage. Astrid, just lovely thinking that people, sitting in the car waiting to go into the supermarket, waiting to hear if Graves can get there, and then a whoop. brilliant. It's been that sort of match, really, and it's a nice scene too as we just reflect on what's happened here in Christchurch over the last 5 days. The ground staff are out there giving the pitch trim and doing all of their work. The New Zealand cricket staff, of course, walking around and getting the place cleaned up. It'll be like nothing ever happened here tomorrow. Everyone just packs up and moves away. The ground obviously will be empty. It'll be like no one was ever here, and yet we've just watched 5 days of Test cricket, which will be indelibly etched on the memories of those who have been here. We've seen centuries from Latham and Ravindra, 145 and 176 respectfully. Hope 140, and Justin Graves went further. We've got Tom Latham with Daniel McHardy.
Do have the New Zealand captain who's kind enough to join us. He's only been off the field for 60-odd overs. Tom, you must be exhausted, but what a crazy Test match.
Yeah, I guess it had it all, didn't it? To go down to, I guess, the final hour with probably all 3 results on the table. It was a great Test match, and unfortunately couldn't quite get across the line, but certainly no faulting the effort of the guys, obviously with a couple of injuries. To the bowlers is never ideal, but the effort the guys put in throughout, the last innings was simply superb.
You wander off the field knowing that you tried everything?
Pretty much, yeah. It was obviously a hard shift for especially the 2 seamers playing their second Test match, a surface that didn't necessarily offer a huge amount for them. I guess we threw all we could at them, and I guess sometimes you have to, give credit where credit's due, and the way the West Indies played today and yesterday was pretty outstanding.
And you'll reflect on chances that were there not taken as well.
Yeah, we created enough opportunities today, which is what you try to do, and unfortunately we couldn't take them, which is the game we play. But that was the pleasing thing, we were able to create those opportunities. But when you want to win Test matches, sometimes it comes down to some crucial moments, and unfortunately it wasn't meant to be today.
Yeah, lastly, ran out of reviews, which you'll look at, and then umpiring decisions later on. So it's a day of what-ifs, but I guess you can appreciate what Justin Graves, Kemo Roach, Shea Hope have done. Yeah, you can. Yep, obviously it would have been nice to have a couple reviews in the tank, but that's the way the game works. As I said, the way that Graves and Kemo played, to face that many overs, and especially the way Justin played was outstanding. So certainly credit to them. Thanks, Tom. See you in Wellington. Cheers. Thank you. Your thoughts of the New Zealand captain?
Thanks, Tom.
Daniel, that's Daniel McHardy talking to Tom Latham. We're hoping we might be able to get Justin Graves, the double century scorer. It's been a great afternoon. Here's another message coming in from Annie. I got emotional too for Graves, and it's just that sort of game. It's been that sort of afternoon here in Christchurch. The game can throw up so many special things. Jerry, any thoughts? We head off to Wellington for the second Test.
Well, of course, just the effort. I think that's the first thing that occurs to me of the players. And I'm thinking this is more of a New Zealand-centric reply. Just the effort of the players in having to step into roles that they're not really accustomed to for the length of time they had to do it. There are obviously going to be lots of questions now about who can be in the bowling attack for the next Test match. So as I think about it, I think Mr. Graves is ready for us by the look of it. So is Daniel ready for us? If you can Daniel hear me? Yes? Okay, when you're ready to go, Daniel.
He'll wave at us.
Jerry, that's not how you do a throw. You wait, you get the thumbs up, you see.
Well,
Daniel,
he's looking the other way.
You got the thumbs up, Daniel?
Yeah. Now he has.
Right, let's get the thumbs up.
Okay.
Go on.
Daniel, let's cross to Daniel
I had to
McHardy
allow
now.
the man of the
Justin
match to take a
Graves.
photo of his man of the match trophy, Justin Graves, who must be exhausted. The emotions, describe them.
I can't really describe them. I don't think they've settled in just yet, but, really, really good day for us. Pretty much batting the whole day today, so, just pretty much trying to enjoy it now.
When you arrived at 72 for 4, mile behind on the scorecard, what was the plan then?
I know it was really going to be tough for us as a batting group. We fell down in second innings in the last couple of series, so for us to put our hands up, Shea Hope played fantastically, and obviously being there at the end with Kimar, really special for us.
What did you learn from Shea, watching him and how he went about it?
Pretty much known Shea all my life. We've been playing cricket since we were almost 9 years old. So, you know, to come through the ranks with him, I pretty much talk to him every single day about batting. So it's just for me to try to apply something at this level because he's a really good batsman at this level.
Kemar Roach, did you know he had it in him?
Yeah, I did. Absolute legend.
He is the pro with the ball, 5-wicket haul, 50. That's normally reserved for Malcolm Marshall and the like.
No, he's a really good character, especially in the dressing room. Really big heart. You know, at 37 years old, you know, to just come back 5 wickets and then obviously pretty much a marathon with the bat as well. So, you know, it's really good for us. Almost 40 overs from him in the game. So, you know, to have the senior pro bat, very enjoyable.
Tell me about the last couple of overs. You're dealing with the new ball. You've got cramps. Look like you're in a world of pain. You know 200s there.
Yeah, no, for me it's just, you know, what the team required at that point in time. You know, make sure I'm there until the end. You know, Kemar just kept reminding me when I'm on the field just to be here at the end. So, you know, battling through cramp, again, just being resilient, a word that we use a lot in the dressing room. So for me, just trying to replicate it out there, and obviously today a very special day for us.
Yeah, Devin Conway's just described to us one of the best innings he's ever seen, chances 200. What do you hope this will do for your team? Because runs have, let's be honest, in 2025 been difficult to get.
Yeah, they have been difficult, but you know, I can't really fault the guys who've been working really hard. You know, it just hasn't really come together for us. So hopefully this game, you know, it's a really good start for us going forward.
We'll see you in Wellington. Congratulations, honour to watch.
Cheers, thank you very much.
There you have it, the man of the match, 200. We're allowed to get off the field. Finally, I think the New Zealand bowlers would have liked that much earlier.
That's very amazing.
Thanks. That's Daniel McHardy talking to Justin Graves, and we're going to leave you now from Christchurch. Ian Smith, I just invite you to share with us your final thoughts as we close our coverage.
Indeed, doing this a long time, Garth. A long time playing it and talking about it. Seen some great wins, seen some very dramatic losses, and I think I've seen a great draw. A great draw.
Yeah, wonderful. All right, well, we'll take an advertising break and then head to the highlights, and after that we'll be with the Ashes coverage. The news from Christchurch is that the match has been drawn. 457 for 6, the West Indies ending. Graves 202, Roach 58, and the New Zealand bowlers Duffy 43 overs, 3 for 122. Bracewell 55 overs, 1 for 138. Ravindra 21 overs, none for 69. And Folks 1 for 80 from 33. Henry did not take any part in the game today. 11 overs, 1 for 29. We'd love to bring you our coverage on Sport Nation, and we'll join you again with live cricket from Wellington next Wednesday.
Need funds for your business? Visit prospa.co.nz today. You're listening to the Summer of Cricket on Sport Nation. This is the Black Caps against the West Indies, the Test Series, live from Hagley Oval in Christchurch on Sport Nation. The Kiwi summer is kicking off, and we want to make sure you are turf ready.
With warmer days starting to ramp up, now's the time to make sure your surface can handle the heat. PGG Wrights and Turf has the right products and advice to keep turf strong through dry spells, high traffic and heavy use. Whether it's heat, wear or stress, our team knows how to keep your turf looking and playing its best.
Stay ahead this summer. Call 0800 PGW Turf today or visit pggwrightsandturf.com to find the right products for your turf.
Big barrel, big range, bigger deals. Chivas Regal, 18-year-old 700ml or Glenlivet 12-year-old 1 litre, $94.99. Jim Beam White Label, 1.75 litre, $84.99. Or Maker's Mark, 700ml, $59.99. Plus join the Mates Club for even bigger exclusive deals.
Big barrel, your local liquor store.
Are you a business owner looking for a cash boost? For fast, flexible business funding, turn to Prosper. Apply online in less than 10 minutes and get the funds you need in hours. Visit prosper.co.nz today. T's and C's and standard credit criteria apply.
You do not want to miss this. Get into your local Night and Day this December to try their range of delicious donuts. Here's something sweet. Donuts are $3 every day in December, including chocolate, golden bicky, cookies and cream and more. From just $3 every day in December. With over 50 stores nationwide, your local Night and Day is never far away.
We've got it when you want it at your Night and Day store. Night and Day.
Go Harvey Norman for huge deals on big screen TVs. The biggest brands, best range, latest technology, and screens up to a massive 100 inches. Huge TV deals at Harvey Norman now. The action's better on the big screen.
TAB's safer betting tools make it easy to pause, limit and reflect on your betting. Set deposit limits, block out days and choose the markets you can access. Know when not to get your bet on. R18, bet responsibly.
Nothing beats a Kiwi summer. Good mates, great weather and the buzz of live cricket. This season, the Black Caps are taking on the West Indies across the country. The sun's out, the vibes are high. There's no better way to be part of it than at the cricket. Get amongst it this summer. Grab your tickets now at nzc.nz.
Powering your business or farm with solar makes sense. And Ulrich Solar are Mid-Canterbury's leading solar specialists. From dairy sheds to workshops, irrigation to packhouses, their expert team designs and installs solar systems that cut costs and keep you running efficiently. Proven technology, local service, and experience to back it up. They'll help you take control of your energy future. Ulrich Solar, trusted by Mid-Canterbury's farming and business community. ulrichelectrical.co.nz.
Here at Sport Nation, we've been there for plenty of big moments.
Get the brooms out! The Black Caps have swept India aside. They win the series 3-0.
It's charged down. Picked up though by the Warriors. Here is Alasima. Alasima for the line. Alasima's still going. Lecker is getting it there. I can't believe it. Lecker Alasima, you beast.
And we plan to be there for a whole lot more. It's Sport Nation, the Kiwi voice of sport.
Shop sensational Christmas savings at Chemist Warehouse, like Prada Paradox 50ml EDP now $159.99, save $77, and save $76 on Mont Blanc Explorer 60ml EDP now $69.99. Chemist Warehouse, great savings every day.
Make business happen with fast access to funds. Visit prosper.co.nz. Welcome back to the summer of cricket on Sport Nation. You're listening to live ball-by-ball commentary. This is the Black Caps against the West Indies, the Test Series on Sport Nation.
Well, the Barmy Army are getting in behind Gus Atkinson. Here he is on a hat-trick, bowling to Tim Southey. Put on the pads. Atkinson thinks he's out. He is. He has a Test hat-trick.
From over the wickets. Here's a slog sweep, and he's bowled! Ajaz Patel's gone right through him. The Test match is over.
Catch up with all the action. This is your Sport Nation cricket highlights.
Big appeal for LBW. That caught the front of the pad, then onto the bat. New Zealand can't believe it as the umpire's hand stays down. In fairness to Rifle, they've tended to get most things right. That looked very close. And New Zealand burnt reviews needlessly early. Imagine if you had a review now.
Slip and a short leg and a leg gully has come forward. Edson, they've got up again. There's a nod from the umpire. And he remains unmoved. New Zealand convinced that they'd dismissed Kemar Roach. Not to be. They have no reviews remaining, and we'll wait to look on the television replay. And there is a fine edge on it.
He has got an edge. Can he get off strike?
Here he is driving, and he's had a over point for 4. Justin Graves, 201. Magnificent. He raises his bat, holds his helmet high. Kemar Roach applauds. And the West Indies players to their feet. Everybody standing here at the Hagley Oval. And a hug between these two. It's a remarkable performance by these two.
Here's Ravindra bowling onto the back foot, and the Graves plays into the offside, and that means that the game is over with 3 balls remaining. They shake hands, and the first test at the Hagley Oval between New Zealand and the West Indies ends in a draw.
Terrific draw. I think it's a terrific draw. Is that possible to say in terms of cricket? Yes, I think it is. A wholehearted effort by both sides, which at the end has become a bit of a stalemate, but it's been anything but boring for mine anyway. I love this kind of cricket. I guess it's the benefit of having played it and talked about it for a long time, but I appreciate the fight. I appreciate the effort, and it's been absolutely brimming over the top with that.
Need funds for your business? Visit prospa.co.nz today. You're listening to the Summer of Cricket on Sport Nation. This is the Black Caps against the West Indies, the Test Series, live from Hagley Oval in Christchurch on Sport Nation.
When it comes to New Zealand sports turf, nobody knows it better than PGG Wrights and Turf. They've been in the industry for over 40 years, proudly supplying customers right across the country. From stadiums to golf courses, bowling greens to landscaping, even through to revegetation and erosion control, their highly skilled team are well equipped in every aspect of the turf and environmental markets. So, for your next turf project, talk to New Zealand's experts. PGGWrightsandTurf.com.
Are you a business owner looking for a cash boost? For fast, flexible business funding, turn to Prosper. Apply online in less than 10 minutes and get the funds you need in hours. Visit prosper.co.nz today. T's and C's and standard credit criteria apply.
TAB's safer betting tools make it easy to pause, limit and restrict on your betting. Set deposit limits, lock out days and choose the markets you can access. Know when not to get your bet on. R18, bet responsibly. Big barrel, big range, bigger deals. Old Mecha Atos, Reposado or Blanco Tequila, 700ml, $56.99. Karuba or Sky Vodka, 1 litre, $46.99. Or Polyakov flavoured vodka range, 700ml, $36.99. Plus join the Mates Club for even bigger exclusive deals.
Big battle, you know, come to the store.
Why did the chicken cross the road? To get to night and day, of course. And here's why. Every Tuesday in December, you can get halibut chicken for just $4. Enjoy a tender, boneless chicken thigh fillet coated to crispy perfection. Head to nightandday.co.nz to find your local. With over 50 stores nationwide, your Tuesday $4 halibut chicken is never far away.
Go Harvey Norman for huge deals on big screen TVs. The biggest brands, best range, latest technology, and screens up to a massive 100 inches. Huge TV deals at Harvey Norman now. The action's better on the big screen.
It's the roar that rattles your chest, followed by the deepest of breaths.
The chants, the chaos, the noise. You feel it deep inside. Every fan, every seat, every voice, all as one.
The Hungry Jacks NBL 26 season is here. Fast, fearless, unmissable.
Watch every game live on ESPN.
Hungry Jacks NBL. Play it loud.
Ugh, my rideshare just cancelled on me.
Should have called Auckland Co-op Taxis. Your local Blue Bubble partner, Auckland Co-op Taxis, are your dependable ride and they never have surge pricing. With professional drivers who provide a safe, comfortable ride, you can better rely on Blue Bubble Taxis nationwide. Download the Your Ride app for easy bookings on your smartphone from Google Play or the App Store today.
Safe and reliable. So book your Blue Bubble.
Or visit yourride.nz.
A family legacy that began in 1926. 100 years on, Penrite Oil is only getting started. Penrite Oil's convoy range of heavy-duty engine oils, gear oils, and automatic transmission fluids are designed to keep trucks and trucking fleets running efficiently and reliably. Penrite convoy oils and lubricants protect and prolong the life of your fleet, keeping you on the road for the long haul. No downtime, you just keep moving. 100 years Aussie-owned and made right here on Aussie dirt. Penrite Oils, 100 years, still driven.
Shop sensational Christmas savings at Chemist Warehouse, like Aramis Intuition 100ml EDP $149.99, save $47. And save $9 on Head & Shoulders shampoo or conditioner, 660ml range now $10.99 each. Chemist Warehouse, great savings every day.
Make business happen with fast access to funds. Visit prosper.co.nz. Welcome back to the Summer of Cricket on Sport Nation. You're listening to live ball-by-ball commentary. This is the Black Caps against the West Indies, the Test Series on Sport Nation.
We have a series indeed, based on what we have seen over the last couple of days from the West Indies, when many were questioning their heart and their skill with the bat. Well, they have sent a very strong message, keeping at bay a depleted New Zealand bowling attack over the course of the last couple of days. batting 163.3 overs to save the Test match after being set 531. Today they started 212 on the board for the loss of 4 wickets, and they've lost just 2 wickets today. That of Shea Hope for 140, brilliantly caught down the leg side by Latham, and soon after it was the keeper Imlak LBW for 4. Then we saw Kemar Roach, the veteran, come out and then bat for 282 minutes alongside Justin Graves. Justin Graves' heroic innings that will be remembered for many a year by West Indian cricket fans and every cricket fan who was at this venue. They finished 457 for 6. We thought at one stage the wind was on, but they did shut up shop after tea. So we head to Wellington for the second test. Our coverage will start from 10 a.m. on Wednesday. I'm touching wood as I say this. The long-range forecast for Wellington is looking excellent. So the series is 0-0. It's better news if you're an Auckland FC fan right now. Very late on in the New Zealand derby. It has heated up in the second half by the sounds. Brooks scored after 7 minutes. Nicely worked goal. Alex Rufer then equalised after 55 minutes. Sounds like Auckland then got a penalty and Waimi saved it soon after Mandrake James was sent off before Rufer scored. So the Phoenix were down to 10 men when Rufer equalised. There was another penalty. De Vries missed, but he put in the rebound to make it 2-1 to Auckland FC, and Guillermo Mai apparently has just scored a cracker to make it 3-1. So the 3 points, and once again, bragging rights, Auckland FC seems a foregone conclusion. A couple of minutes plus stoppage time there in the A-League match-up in the New Zealand derby. Auckland 3, Wellington 1. We will wrap things up here from Hagley Oval with honours even after the first test. Right now, though, we're going to cross to our wonderful crew at SEN for day 3 of the Ashes test, the second test. Just giving you the score as we cross to our team. England made 334. Australia still batting as we cross to the Gabba in Brisbane. 446 for the loss of 8 wickets. They lead by 112 runs. Mitchell Stark is 42 not out. Scotty Boland is on 7. On behalf of the entire Summer of Cricket commentary crew in Hagley, we wish you a very good evening as we head to the Gabba.
Need funds for your business? Visit prospa.co.nz today. You're listening to the Summer of Cricket on Sport Nation. This is the Black Caps against the West Indies, the Test Series, live from Hagley Oval in Christchurch on Sport Nation. The Kiwi summer is kicking off and we want to make sure you are turf ready.
With warmer days starting to ramp up, now's the time to make sure your surface can handle the heat. PGG Wrights and Turf has the right products and advice to keep turf strong through dry spells, high traffic and heavy use. Whether it's heat, wear or stress, our team knows how to keep your turf looking and playing its best.
Stay ahead this summer. Call 0800 PGW Turf today or visit pggwrightsandturf.com to find the right products for your turf.
Big barrel, big range, bigger deals. Smirnoff Crush 4-pack 440ml cans, $16.99. Jack Daniels 10-pack 250ml, $29.99. Or Woodstock 7% 18-pack cans or 4.8% 18-pack bottles, $39.99. In-store or online.
Are you a business owner looking for a cash boost? For fast, flexible business funding, turn to Prosper. Apply online in less than 10 minutes and get the funds you need in hours. Visit prospa.co.nz today. T's and C's and standard credit criteria apply.
You do not want to miss this. Get into your local Night and Day this December to try their range of delicious donuts. Here's something sweet. Donuts are $3 every day in December, including chocolate, golden bicky, cookies and cream and more. From just $3 every day in December. With over 50 stores nationwide, your local Night and Day is never far away.
We've got it when we want it at your Night and Day store. Night and Day.
Go Harvey Norman for huge deals on big screen TVs. The biggest brands, best range, latest technology, and screens up to a massive 100 inches. Huge TV deals at Harvey Norman now. The action's better on the big screen.
All right, ad time, but worth a listen. Betch has now got boosted odds across the big ones. EPL, Champions League, NFL, NRL, cricket, UFC, and basketball all season long. Bigger odds mean bigger payouts on Betcha. Availability varies. T's and C's apply. R18, bet responsibly.
The Grand Tour Racing Festival is here, and this season it's bigger, bolder, and louder than ever. LoveRacing.nz, together with major partners Spades and Smirnoff, bring you New Zealand's most iconic mashup of thoroughbred racing, music, fashion, and festival energy. Headline acts Example and Saatchi, supported by a stellar lineup of local DJs, will bring the non-stop vibes to race day. Gather your crew, grab your tickets, and get ready to make it grand. The Grand Tour Racing Festival. Book today at thegrandtour.nz.
A day spent at Auckland FC is the city's best day out. Whether you're a die-hard football fan or just looking for something to do with the kids, a trip to Auckland FC guarantees entertainment on and off the pitch. And after a massive first season in the A-League, it's time for the Black Knights to chase the title. So get behind your team, put on some blue and black, and enjoy Auckland's best day out. Get your tickets and membership now via Ticketmaster. Celebrate summer at Auckland FC.
Little Avondale proudly introduce Per and Canto's Group 1 Blue Diamond winning son, Little Bros. First Australian 1200 metre Group 1 winning 2-year-old to ever debut at Start in New Zealand.
Dashed away Little Bros, and Little Bros has won it. Little Bros from Cylinder with 150 to go, grabbed by Little Bros. Little Bros takes the lead from Arkansas Kid Don Corleone. Little Bros, it's Hayes again. Little Bros, 3/4 of a length.
Like father, like son. Little Bros. Contact Little Avondale today.
Shop sensational Christmas savings at Chemist Warehouse, like Juicy Cashew and Viva La Juicy 3-piece sets, $74.99, save $83. And save $10 on B Pure 1 multivitamin 90 caps, now $52.99. Chemist Warehouse, great savings every day.
From pre-game hype to post-match analysis, we've got the full story on every play. Stay connected on air, online, or on the app. Sport Nation, the Kiwi voice of sport.
This ramp from Root over the top of the court. You're listening to the Summer of Cricket on Sport Nation. Live from the Gabba in Brisbane. It's the Ashes, Australia versus England. Thanks to our mates at SEN.
By tradies across Australia. But believe me, guys, he is better than that over. Yeah. Trust me on this one. He's going to have to try and get a couple of you. Finish him off.
Well, Stark will get him. He'll be trying over there. They'll put a fielder there for sure soon, mid-wicket, slog sweep. He'll be going for him. And that's why it's probably better he bowls to Boland. See if he wants to take a single early in the over and see what Scotty Boland wants to do to him.
Hello to our friends in New Zealand on Sports Nation. Have just joined from that remarkable West Indies draw with the Black Caps. So they'll be a bit flat about how that's ended, but a test match where Australia have advanced their lead from 44 to 112 today, losing 2 wickets along the way, but this partnership has added 30. Stark's on strike on 42, facing Jackson, playing him out to deep backward point, no single.
Just the way he's batted so far, I wonder with 4 minutes to go for the break, if Stark does take him on, the maturity with which he's batted. Will be tempted.
Yeah, he would be. There are gaps there.
Jackson's got a slip catching, everyone else spread for Stark. Lunges forward and defends. He might be playing for the break.
Yeah.
And why not? Because 40 more minutes. I mean, you think of it in these terms. If they don't lose a wicket in this over, they've got to take the 40-minute break now. If they lose a wicket, they'll extend the session, which will in turn mean that if you're trying to delay Stark bowling, the best thing he can do strategically is knock these 4 on the head. We will see. Yep. I'll try and slog one now. I've said that.
Now that you've said it, and short leg is in place, maybe that is the ploy.
Yeah.
Kind of get him to do something different. He's just been comfortably putting that big front stride out.
He's got him in a better position now. He's moved square leg around to mid-wicket, more towards mid-wicket, and brought long on up. You could bring him up a bit more so that it's more of a temptation for Starkey to go over.
And Jofra Archer has no idea what is expected of him.
Fairly conventional off-spinners field here. Jacks bowls to Stark off the pad, past Ollie Pope at short leg. I think the crowd thought it might have been an inside edge. Didn't sound like it through the cans.
We've spoken a lot about the impact it'll have on the English bowlers, but the batters will be feeling it as well in their the bottom of their feet, one day in their legs, heels.
With a penultimate over before the break because he's getting through it quickly. Stark goes back to thrash and misses. Ends up in the gloves of Jamie Smith.
Yeah, you mean the English?
Yeah, English.
Oh, yeah. They've had a decent length of time on a hard Gabba outfield. It's run very quickly, which means not much under the grass.
2 left in the over. Wider on the crease. Jack's bowl. Stark plays it short leg. Well taken by Pope, who flings it at the stumps and they get through for one. Oh, Stokes will be tearing his hair out. That means that Boland can defend this one. They'll get one more over before T, where Stark will be facing. So I understand the thinking from Pope. It was a sharp take and he wanted to keep the pressure on, but no one able to get there to cut it off.
And Ben Stokes just ran past Ollie Pope, looked the other way.
Oh dear. Pope made a blob on day one. A couple of days waiting to make an impact on the game. 8 for 447, lead 113. Stark now 43. Been out there for 89 balls. I'll get Tom to run us through some Stark bits and pieces in the next over when it comes to his batting. So 90 seconds until the scheduled break. In England's interest to bowl this ball, I'd say. 3 catching men. Delivers here to Scott Boland. Important delivery. Boland shout for league before. Couple of noises. They bail out. Goes out to short mid on. No single. Ends the over. They're not going to review. 8 for 447. Stark on 43. Boland on 7. LBW shout for Liquorland. Score more this summer with Liquorland. Choose to drink wise. It's all on the Tyre Power scoreboard. Save on Toyo tyres.
Whether you're on the move or kicking back, tune into Sunday afternoons here on Sport Nation with me, Mark Watson. We'll recap the weekend's biggest moments and preview what's coming up next. Now, if you've got an opinion, don't be a stranger. Join the conversation and call 0800 150 811, or you can text us here on 8833. Have your say or just hear mine. Join me from 2 to 4 p.m. Sundays, only on Sport Nation. And thanks to Betcha. Check your toolbox for an odds boost to increase your odds and potential returns. You must be 18 years of age and over. Bet responsibly.
Mitchell Stark has been running hot for Ream in recent overs, Australia's favourite, but steady, hot and strong. He's 43. He's facing Cast. Last over before the long break. 4 back. Stark defends, and as we said before, this will surely be the play from here. Tom Morris.
So Mitchell Stark's 43 not out, and I think he's got a fascinating career arc when it comes to batting, not just bowling. So 10 half centuries between 2012 and 2019. None between 2019 and 2025. And if he makes a half century here, he'll have 2 in his last 6 test matches. And his record at number 9, not just average, which you'd expect given he's going to get more not outs, but his run-making ability at number 9 is far superior than what it is at number 8.
Great stuff, those numbers on the pay.com.au stat sheet, pay.com.au and points. Cast to that man Stark. Short legs back, round the wicket, bowls here, Stark leaves alone.
So 7 half centuries at number 9 and 3 at number 8.
4 against England, but all of them were in 2013, 2015 and 2019. So it's been a while since he's had a day like this against the old enemy.
Yeah. The day of control. He quite often goes out in a blaze of glory, doesn't he? He can hit a few boundaries and keeps going, gets out, holds out somewhere, but something's clicked and he's hanging in. The short ball is now not worrying him. Quite often he's been beaten into submission with body bashing, but he's evading and playing very smartly today.
Cast with the 4-man back, slip, short leg to catching men, round the wicket, beats Stark with a good one. Cast in his 25th over. 3 for 141. Big lumbering quick. The reason he's in the squad is Stokes, his county teammate, loves the way that he can ask him to do tough jobs and bowl in a hostile way. He did a great job last week at Perth. They would give for him to end up with a 5 for 141 here and get 2 to finish off the session. It'd be an unusual 5 for him. It did happen.
Yeah,
needless to say.
That's all right. Take it.
Still hold the ball up?
Yeah.
Why not? England's leading wicket taker in the series too. Change of angle. Over the wicket he'll be. 3 left before tea. Cast away from us, Vulture Street ends. Delivers to Stark, and Stark squared up, but just drops into the gully where there isn't a fielder, and there's also no interest in taking a single.
Scotty Boland wanted it, but he got sent back. But how much detail do you think they came to Australia with, the likes of Bryden and Cast? Right? So Perth bowling, Brisbane bowling, Adelaide bowling, because they're not practicing, so they can't. When do they get their knowledge of what length to bowl in Brisbane.
The thing is, it felt like they got it right at Perth right away, didn't it? They hit the length that Australia struggled at times to in, well, really talking about Scott Boland really in that sample on day one. By the way, there's a change of gloves here for Stark with 2 balls left in the session, which is a little bit odd.
Callum Vidler, the 12th man there for the Australians.
You like to do that, 2 balls to go in the session, change your gloves. I mean, Barat's made this point, umpire Holdstock and umpire Sycat, they haven't been that interventionalist when it comes to people coming onto the ground. England's overrate -4, so no matter what happens here, they're copping a World Test punishment with points. Cast 2 left in the session. Bowls to Stark with the new gloves. Full and not straight enough though. Hits him on the boot. Yorker length. Spills out to the onside. Again, they declined the single. 1 ball to come.
Interesting, you declined that single. You've been taking that single for how long? 40 minutes? And just because of that break,
yes,
you think Scotty's going to have to face it when he gets back.
Tell you what,
back out there.
Stark has done it so well. He's our player of the session for RWC, Ray White's commercial property specialists.
Can they get one now?
Last ball before tee. Back round the wicket to Stark. On 43, leads 113, and Stark goes up and over the top of cover. What a great way to finish this passage of play. It won't quite make it to the rope. Didn't quite get all of it. Atkinson does the fielding, but they add 3 more. That'll take Stark to 46 as they dine. What a great session for Australia. The lead growing from 44 to 116. The 450 up as well. One more chance for the Brisbane crowd to wave the flags and acknowledge the performance of the Australians in this first innings. 8 for 450. Ian Healy will go through the fall of wickets here. Classics for a cause, keeping Aussie classics alive while supporting our veterans. They were Michael Nisa caught behind for 16 from the bowling of Ben Stokes. And Alex Carey caught behind the bowling of Gus Atkinson for 63. Had Australia at 8 for 416, but this pair have put on a subsequent 34. What valuable runs and valuable time this has been to take it out of the game, to get the match on Australia's terms, Gilles.
Well, a whole lot of patience has gone into that last partnership, mixed in with a surprise weapon at times, i.e. that last ball. Everyone thought Stark had shut up shop, and even Scotty Boland was pretty static at the non-striker's end, and he plays an expansive cover drive over the infield. So it's been very good shot selection by Mitchell Stark. I think he's had a little bit of luck. He's played and missed it a few, but that's to be expected. And another illustration to me that Garth just hasn't got his length right at Brisbane. He's either short, and that's been his safest length, short and at the head, but then he's full, not good length when he's trying to pitch up. He just hasn't created pressure, but he's certainly been very wholehearted in his effort.
All the numbers on the card for Imar. Trusted Tradies Insurance, call 13 Imar. Thank you, Ian Healy. You stay put. You'll be analysing the session that was with Gerard Whateley in a moment at the tea break. We'll also be catching up with the Roots, I'm told. Looking forward to that. This is SEM Test Cricket for Octet Smart Business Finance in Australia. At tea on day 3, 8 for 450. Mitchell Stark on 46 and Scott Boland on 7.
Every Monday from midday, join me, Daniel McHardy, as we dive in head first to discuss, dissect and debate all the big stories from the sporting weekend. We will mop up all the action with a variety of guests and, most importantly, you.
The girls put on a show for all last night, and it was very, very special.
From rugby to cricket, golf to basketball, football to rugby league.
And Chance has got another.
We'll have it all covered right here on Mondays with McHardy. Get in.
Whether you're on the move or kicking back, tune into Sunday afternoons here on Sport Nation with me, Mark Watson. We'll recap the weekend's biggest moments and preview what's coming up next. Now, if you've got an opinion, don't be a stranger. Join the conversation and call 0800 150 811, or you can text us here on 8833. Have your say or just hear mine. Join me from 2 to 4 p.m. Sundays, only on Sport Nation. And thanks to Betcha. Check your toolbox for an odds boost to increase your odds and potential returns. You must be 18 years of age and over. Bet responsibly.
Every Monday from midday, join me, Daniel McHardy, as we dive in head first to discuss, dissect and debate all the big stories from the sporting weekend. We will mop up all the action with a variety of guests and, most importantly, you.
The girls put on a show for all last night, and it was very, very special.
From rugby to cricket, golf to basketball, football to rugby league.
And Chance has got another.
We'll have it all covered right here on Mondays with McHardy. Get in.
Reverse ramp from route over the top of the cordon.
You're listening to the Summer of Cricket on Sport Nation. Live from the Gabba in Brisbane. It's the Ashes, Australia versus England. Thanks to our mates at SEN.
Go Harvey Norman for huge deals on big screen TVs. The biggest brands, best range, latest technology, and screens up to a massive 100 inches. Huge TV deals at Harvey Norman now. The action's better on the big screen.
Go!
When it comes to New Zealand sports turf, nobody knows it better than PGG Wrights and Turf. They've been in the industry for over 40 years, proudly supplying customers right across the country. From stadiums to golf courses, bowling greens to landscaping, even through to revegetation and erosion control, their highly skilled team are well equipped in every aspect of the turf and environmental markets. So, for your next turf project, talk to New Zealand's experts. PGGWrightsandTurf.com.
Big barrel, big range, bigger deals. Hawke's Bay Brewery Cape Lager or Peak Pilsner 6-pack cans, $19.99. Michelob 12-pack bottles, $27.99. Or Pure Blonde 24-pack bottles, $41.99. Plus join the Mates Club for even bigger exclusive deals.
Are you a business owner looking for a cash boost? For fast, flexible business funding, turn to Prosper. Apply online in less than 10 minutes and get the funds you need in hours. Visit prosper.co.nz today. T's and C's and standard credit criteria apply.
Why did the chicken cross the road? To get to night and day, of course. And here's why. Every Tuesday in December, you can get halibut chicken for just $4. Enjoy a tender, boneless chicken thigh fillet coated to crispy perfection. Head to nightandday.co.nz to find your local. With over 50 stores nationwide, your Tuesday $4 halibut chicken is never far away.
Night and day.
TAB's safer betting tools make it easy to pause, limit and reflect on your betting. Set deposit limits, lock out days and choose the markets you can access. Know when not to get your bet on. R18, bet responsibly.
Greatness doesn't begin at the finish line. It's passed down through generations. You don't find greatness, you raise it every single day. Brecon Farms is proud to have bred some of the finest in Australasian harness racing, including Group 1 winners, Bet and Win, Meant to Be, and All-American Player. And they'll be selling at Karaka 2026. Visit brecconfarms.co.nz for more. That's BRECKON farms.co.nz.
At Choices Flooring, we know choosing the right floor or window furnishings can feel overwhelming. That's why for over 60 years, we've been more than just a retailer. We're your partner in making the right choice. From stunning carpets and sleek timber to stylish blinds and shutters, our friendly team combine personalised service with state-of-the-art technology to bring your vision to life. And we're here for you every step of the way. Visit choicesflooring.com or head to your local showroom. Choices Flooring, helping you make the right choice.
Nothing beats a Kiwi summer. Good mates, great weather, and the buzz of live cricket. This season, the Black Caps are taking on the West Indies across the country. The sun's out, the vibes are high. There's no better way to be part of it than at the cricket. Get amongst it this summer. Grab your tickets now at nzc.nz.
Shop sensational Christmas savings at Chemist Warehouse. Like Vital Proteins Allure Collagen, 271 gram, now $39.99. Save 14. And save $4.50 on Huggies Skin Protect Premium Nappies size 2, 48 pack, now $18.99. Chemist Warehouse. Great savings every day.
Brooke, dance
misses and slaps over.
Welcome back to the summer of cricket on Sport Nation. You're listening to live ball-by-ball commentary, live from the Gabba in Brisbane. This is the Ashes, Australia versus England, thanks to our mates at SEN.
On SEN Test Cricket.
Archer to Stark, who's standing up, cutting the ball out to third for a boundary. Boy, timed the ears off that. Stark facing, passing, getting it up and over the top of cover. Work to do for Archer to cut it off. He won't get there. It's rolling down the hill for 4. It's passed around the wicket, change of angle. Stark tucks it. Pass mid on, deflected down to the right. It'll be 4 more. Back-to-back boundaries. Rolling here is Stokes and through the cordon with control goes Boland. That will be another boundary. Stokes bowls wide on the crease and Stark drives it through the covers. One of the shots of the day. Dissecting 2 fielders to perfection.
The tea break for Robot Building Supplies. Robots got it and deliver. robotbuildingsupplies.com.au and Macca's.
This interruption is proudly brought to you by Macca's New Grinch Meal.
Have a hunch Australia are timing this all to perfection. 8 for 450 at the tea break for Robot Building Supplies, helping you get the right products for the job at a better price. And Macca's, loving the crickets. Play resumed at 6 for 378, and it was just as much about time as it was about runs. Soak up the whole of the sun and then set sail for England right about dusk. Ian Healy.
And they've earned the right to do that. There's been a lot of hard work going to that session. 95 balls for Stark. Bowling plenty. They seem quite content out there now. So Neeser and Carey were the 2 wickets that England thought they would want, and then the tail doesn't really like the short stuff that much, but they've got through it. And now Mitch Stark is playing aggressive cricket with great shot selections. He's throwing his hands at the ones that are there to throw your hands at and lofting or hitting down the ground, along the ground. It's been good stuff by Starkey. They've earned the right to be on the right side of the conditions.
The Australian side of things for Australian made by Australians, support Australians. It is a peculiar scorecard. Head 33, Weatherald 72, Labuschagne 65, Green 45, Smith 61, Inglis 23, Neeser 16, Carey 63, Starks 46 not out, Boland is 7 not out. So when we sort of set up, yes, they go, old school Australia makes 500. They might make 500 without a century.
Yeah, and when you see it on the scoreboard up there, it's so jam-packed, isn't it? The column's full. It's been a low-ego type performance here. It's been a gritty performance at times. You know, Marnus and Steve Smith had work to do, and they did it. They didn't go recklessly at anything until it was, until they were well into their innings. It's been reasonably hard work, and they've made the Englishmen really toil, which is a good thing. That was their goal at the start of this season, make the Englishmen bowl 3 spells a day. Well, they did even more than that yesterday, and they've made them back up today.
So the value of that, Archer, 25 overs, 3 maidens, 1 for 87. Atkinson, 23 overs, 6 maidens, 1 for 85. Yep. Cast, 25 overs, 3 maidens, 3 for 144. Stokes, 24 overs, no maidens, 3 for 113. Not just for today, but for what comes next. These are big overs, aren't they?
Yes, and if the English batsmen get a lead, and those bowlers have got to go out and try to defend 150. If they can make 300, which is probably bare minimum, they've got to make 300, then you might be having to bowl at 150, and now here comes Travis Head again. So they've got to be spot on. They haven't been spot on in the second innings yet, and many times in this first innings, but you never know when it's going to click for them. It might just happen. The Australians have been very good. Even at times where you thought they were labouring, you look at their outcomes. Alex Carey, 63 of 69. Cameron Green, 45 of 57. Why the hell did he think he had to get on with it? He's 57 balls for 45. Steve Smith, who took a lot of short bowling to him and came up with things to do against it, 61 of 85. Even Marnus was 65 of 78. So they've just pushed it along in partnerships all the way along.
The player of the day contender for RWC Ray White's commercial property specialist. So this is Mitch Starc. It's a bit of a throwback, isn't it? He has been an accomplished batter at various stages. This will be his 12th half century if he can post 4 more runs. We know he's got a test high 99, and he really has controlled things rather perfectly.
Very much so. He's ducked inside a few. He's worked them around a leg. And he's played and missed a few when they've got their lengths and line right outside off because he's, going at them. But not too many. He's had a little bit of luck with those. That's it. The rest has been really middle of the bat stuff and good leaves.
It's been nice watching the two of them go about it too. When to take singles, when to trust. And what Boland's seen 27 balls and he's been chanceless. He's actually played a couple of nice shots by the end of it all.
Yeah, and he's got no problems taking the strike now. So that's good. Keep that going. And what have we got? Doggett to go.
Yeah.
And he's an athlete. So he's probably more handy than number 11. So he'll be a good partner for whoever he's in with. And, Australia would like it to be Starc because he's probably more devastating in what he can put on to the English attack. But, they're getting tired. It's probably not as hot out there as if you're in around near the boundaries. The breeze gets into the Gabba. And so it's nice and sunny and blue sky, but I don't think it's as hot as they're making out.
So I think in a perfect world, Australia would love to bat 50 more minutes.
Righto, you think then?
Take the 10 and then they'd have an hour, and that's when the shadows cross and the last half hour is really in the tricky light, and then get the full 2.5 hours under lights. And there's little murmurings in the back and going, 3.5 hours might be enough, with a new pink ball under lights.
Do you think anyone in the Australian dressing rooms, gutsy enough to sort of say, come on, fellas, 50 more minutes we need?
Do you know who it would be?
They're getting way too greedy.
Do you know who it'd be? It'd be Mitch Starc.
Marnus.
It'd be Mitch going, hey, I'm setting this up. Just give me the new ball as the light fades.
Is that 50 minutes with the 10-minute changeover, they'll be saying? So have I got to go for 40 or 50? Surely England are more conservative in their celebrations and everything generally than us, aren't they?
Yeah.
So they look a bit flat out there today, but they might not be. They might be okay. There's been some bum touches and little high fives, and there has been enough enthusiasm. They're not as obvious as the Australian team at doing that.
Yeah.
But I think their attitude's been okay today.
All right, the dig for Sherlock wheelbarrows and carts available at Bunnings Warehouse. For all that you've just said positively there, it's got to be Jofra Archer, doesn't it? He's a bit dozy in the field. As the only real chance from Starc was just a ballooned top edge that he stumbled as he was heading in for, and he wasn't in the right spot to save the single. The captain was cranky with him. Cranky.
Look, you need your fast bowler steaming out there this morning. It's like leading, if the captain can I lead us out, that type of thing, taking the ball, old ball or new ball, doesn't matter, I'm bowling, and he bowled left arm in warm-ups, orthodox as well as seam up, and he was stiff as a board by the look of him, the way he was moving around, warm-ups. That filters down through the whole squad.
Yeah.
The young men see that and they go, oh, there's our spearhead, and that's what Ben Stokes will now be fighting. He's tried to rein everything in. We're in the Ashes here.
Yes.
This is the Ashes, and but everyone started saying, well, this is new from you, and of course Stokes then he reverts to doing it all himself, and that's when he bowls himself into another reconstruction, and he's got to be really careful. He puts himself in the fielding position that dives a lot and slides, and then he bowls a lot of overs at a time where you don't need a whole lot of overs now. You don't need to be bowling those overs. Anyone will do, and get some pressure on by getting some control about you. But they just haven't had consistency of delivery, and it's looking pretty obvious to me that the preparation has been as poor and minimal as they're saying. I was hopeful that they'd been doing some sneaky practice.
Yeah.
But I still don't think, I'm with Simon Kadich, that practicing nets is nothing compared to match play that your stats count for.
Yeah.
You go and play Queensland, for example, and it's a first-class game, and your runs go on your career.
Yeah.
Way too often now, international teams are dodging that. and making a 4-dayer a 2-dayer and swapping around here and there when you have enough.
They don't seem seasoned enough for it for the moment. Sherlock Wheelbarrows, tough loads made easy. Good on your heels. Enjoy a bite to eat.
Thanks, Jared.
T8 for 450. The lead is 116. Joe Root's parents are going to join us in a few moments' time. It's a tea break for Robot Building Supplies, helping you get the right products for the job at better prices. And Macca's, loving the crickets.
Reverse ramp from Root over the top of the cordon.
You're listening to the Summer of Cricket on Sport Nation. Live from the Gabba in Brisbane. It's the Ashes, Australia versus England. Thanks to our mates at SEN.
You do not want to miss this. Get into your local Night and Day this December to try their range of delicious donuts. Here's something sweet. Donuts are $3 every day in December, including chocolate, golden bicky, cookies and cream and more. From just $3 every day in December. With over 50 stores nationwide, your local Night and Day is never far away.
We've got it when you want it at your Night and Day store. Night and Day.
The Kiwi summer is kicking off and we want to make sure you are turf ready.
With warmer days starting to ramp up, now's the time to make sure your surface can handle the heat. PGG Wrights and Turf has the right products and advice to keep turf strong through dry spells, high traffic and heavy use. Whether it's heat, wear or stress, our team knows how to keep your turf looking and playing its best.
Stay ahead this summer. Call 0800 PGW Turf today or visit pggwrightsandturf.com to find the right products for your turf.
Big barrel, big range, bigger deals. Lake Chalice Falcon Range, $15.99. Graham Norton Prosecco or Prosecco Rosé, $17.99. Or Cloudy Bay Sauvignon Blanc, $39.99. Plus join the Mates Club for even bigger exclusive deals.
Big barrel, big range, bigger deals.
Big barrel, you don't come to this store.
Are you a business owner looking for a cash boost? For fast, flexible business funding, turn to Prosper. Apply online in less than 10 minutes and get the funds you need in hours. Visit prosper.co.nz today.
T's and C's and standard credit criteria apply.
Go Harvey Norman for huge deals on big screen TVs. The biggest brands, best range, latest technology, and screens up to a massive 100 inches. Huge TV deals at Harvey Norman now. The action's better on the big screen.
Yup, another ad. But stick with me. If you love watching live sport, you can bet on the game too with Betcha. Get all the stats and insights you need, place your bets before the next play, and watch your bets come in with the new Bet Tracker. All on the Betcha app. Select sports and markets. T's and C's apply. R18. Bet responsibly.
Powering your business or farm with solar makes sense. And Ulrich Solar are Mid-Canterbury's leading solar specialists. From dairy sheds to workshops, irrigation to pack houses, their expert team designs and installs solar systems that cut costs and keep you running efficiently. Proven technology, local service, and experience to back it up. They'll help you take control of your energy future. Ulrich Solar, trusted by Mid-Canterbury's farming and business community. ulrichelectrical.co.nz.
Here at Sport Nation, we've been there for plenty of big moments.
Get the brooms out. The Black Caps have swept India aside. They win the series 3-0.
It's charged down. Picked up though by the Warriors. Here is Alasima. Alasima for the line. Alasima still going. Lecker. He's getting it there. I can't believe it. Lecker Alasima, you beast. And we plan to be there for a whole lot more. It's Sport Nation, the Kiwi voice of sport.
It's the roar that rattles your chest, followed by the deepest of breaths.
The chants, the chaos, the noise, you feel it deep inside. Every fan, every seat, every voice, all as one.
The Hungry Jacks NBL 26th season is here. Fast, fearless, unmissable.
Watch every game live on ESPN.
Hungry Jacks NBL. Play it loud.
Introducing Musashi Reaper Performance Series, co-created with UFC's Robert Whittaker. Try Performance Greens Plus for only $41.99 to support daily digestive and immune health. Always read the label and use only as directed. Chemist Warehouse, great savings every day.
Brooke dances and slaps over.
Welcome back to the Summer of Cricket on Sport Nation. You're listening to live ball-by-ball commentary, live from the Gabba in Brisbane. This is the Ashes, Australia versus England, thanks to our mates at SEN.
on SEN Test Cricket.
It's the tea break for Robot Building Supplies. The robots got it and deliver. robotbuildingsupplies.com.au. And Macca's loving the cricket. Australia 8 for 450. This test match will always be distinct for the first test century on these shores for Joe Root. His parents have followed around so much of his career. They're over with Tom Morris for Marshall Batteries mobile and store service. Holler for a Marshall battery. Tom.
Jared, thank you. We're high up in the bleachers here at the Gabba. It took us about 20